now as they are taking on the Braves in Atlanta, as they currently trail in the top of the sixth by a run, 4-3. We're going to give you updates all throughout the night when we can. So, again, but if I were to give you a quick recap here, Dodgers came out hot early, and the pitching has kind of sort of fallen off, and mostly because Roki Sasaki is dealing with a blister on his middle finger. So he got pulled out, and middle relief could not shut the door. I've got an interesting stat here in regards to middle relief as well that you'll find interesting. But random note that I did research is that the Dodgers, if we're just taking a look in the month of August, and again, I think this actually holds true throughout the season here as well, but wanted to give you some more recent info. Since August 1st, the Dodger relievers have the fifth lowest left on base percentage. So fifth lowest left on base percentage. So what does that mean? Higher is better, lower is worse, because you want the relievers to leave a ton of runners on base, right? That's what you want. The higher the number, the better. It's the opposite for hitters, right? If you're a hitter, you want there to be, you just don't want there to be a lot of runners left on base because it means you drove them in. But for Dodger relievers, we're just isolating relief for the Dodgers. They have the fifth lowest left on base percentage, meaning when relievers come on, opposing batters, they are driving in those runners. Let's say starting pitching, or let's say the relievers, they get men on. I'll tell you what, they're not closing the door. Fifth lowest left on base percentage. Just to give you an idea of how ineffective the relief pitching has been for the LA Dodgers. When they come in, they are not shutting the door. So again, Roki Sasaki gets injured. He gave up 4 earned runs in 3 1/3. So he got hurt in the middle of the fourth inning there. Gave up a big-time hit, and they pulled him. He complained of some injury, and it was a blister on the pitching hand. All right, so they pull him. Enriquez is in. And, man, I tell you what, Teoscar Hernandez, he is a mess in the outfield right now. He's the reason why Atlanta was able to push these runs across and why they've got a 4-3 lead. Again, as we are going into, I believe it's the bottom of the sixth. Eric Lauer is making his first bullpen appearance for the Dodgers tonight. Remember, this is a guy that last year for Toronto, when he was in the bullpen, had a 1.76 ERA out of the bullpen for Toronto. As the Dodgers know, they saw him in the World Series as well. And he has been straight up a good luck charm for the Dodgers, no question, as the boys in blue are 11-1 when Eric Lauer has taken the mound. I don't want to say as a starter because, he's had some openers and all that kind of stuff. But when he takes the mound, Eric Lauer has been a huge good luck charm, especially for the offense. I mean, the run production spikes when Eric Lauer takes the mound for some reason, for some odd reason. I don't know why, but they do. He's got an incredible run support, and in the interim, man, it's just, again, the Dodgers 11-1 when Eric Lauer takes the mound. He is taking the mound. He's making the first bullpen appearance for the Dodgers tonight. If you feel like the hitting is coming around, well, there is something to that. Again, I give you another random high-level random stat here. But the Dodgers in the month of August have the fifth highest hard hit percentage. So, man, they are making really good contact on this baseball right now. And so it feels like the hitting is coming around. Hey, listen, maybe some of that has to do with the fact that, again, they're at Coors. Okay, they're taking on, substandard pitching against the Pirates. Either way, I mean, those are 6 games, but, I mean, either way, they've played well in terms of, you're looking at some of these, high-level analytics like, hey, listen, they're putting barrel on ball. They're hitting the ball hard. Fifth highest hard hit percentage. So there is some optimism here In regards to the offense, we'll obviously keep a very close eye on the 2-hole. That's become like the rally cry of 97.1 The Fan. All credit to Bill Reiter for researching that one. And again, man, if you haven't, just go find one of his old shows. He starts really digging into that 2-hole statistic. Yesterday, Freddie Freeman out of the 2-hole 0 for 5. We just keep an eye on it. All right, we just keep an eye on it. Freddie Freeman out of the 2-hole tonight, not looking good either. Okay, we're going to keep an eye on it. We're obviously going to keep an eye on Kyle Tucker here as well. Can he turn it around? A lot of folks are hoping. So again, major storylines here for LA. Roki Sasaki has got a blister. Don't know if that's going to keep him out an extended period of time. Who knows? Teoscar Hernandez is a mess in the outfield right now. And again, today, where he just overran a ball, and it was just, man, it was just poor. He just overran it. He tried to reach back and find it and couldn't find it. And look, you give Teoscar a pass, too, if it's, right up on the dirt, if you're really pressing up against that outfield wall, or maybe he's hard charging the side, and it just wasn't the case. He just misread it. He's having a hard time finding the ball off the bat. And I think that's probably the most disturbing thing. He's just not reading it right. His path to the ball is just off right now. He is not reading the ball well off the bat, period. Teoscar's a mess out there. Not going to lie to you. So that's a major storyline. Eric Lauer making his first bullpen appearance for the Dodgers. Major storyline here as well. Another major storyline here for the Dodgers is, okay, look, they got Tyler Glasnow back. Great. Love it. I thought he had a great start. All things considered, look, I know he gave up 3 earned runs in the first inning, but overall great start, right? 7 strikeouts in 5 innings, man, and in that first inning. And even in that first inning, it was a lot of weakly hit balls. Was able to drive in 3. I first time back in dang near, 2-3 months or whatever it was. I thought Glasnow looked good. So I think there's a lot more positives than negatives in the Glasnow start, but we're talking about reinforcements. Okay, so Robo is also on the IL. Sounds like he is also close to coming back, but here was Dave Roberts pregame talking about the status of Justin Wrobleski, and I thought he gave us a little bit of insight on what his role is going to be moving forward. So again, very illuminating that, and look, you figured that was the case, right? Like nobody was thinking that Justin Wrobleski, I know he was an all-star this year, but I don't think anybody with the Avengers pitching staff that the Dodgers have right now, I don't think anybody was thinking, okay, Robo's going to come back and be a starter. That's crossing a bridge too far, my man. No matter how much you like Robo, how's he going to get into a rotation? How's he going to elbow his way in past Skubal, Yoshi, Snell, Glasnow, Ohtani, Roki's pitching well? Like, how's he going to elbow past these boys? It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. But again, officially, Dave Roberts says Robo will now be pitching out of the bullpen. Speaking of the bullpen, what about the former closer turned into middle relief, Edwin Diaz? What's the latest here on Edwin Diaz? We know he went with a short 10-day IL stint. We all figured, and it sounds like this was very much a Pac-Man ghost stint, little phantom stint on the IL. This is a get-right stint, man. Like, this is, hey, bro, take a couple days off, get your head on straight, and come back, join the team. Let's see where you're at. This is Dave Roberts on Edwin Diaz.
Mark said it was good. Mark said it was good, and
All right, so there you go. Again, I don't know what his role is going to be. I would imagine very much so that he's not going to be closing games, most likely a setup guy in the 8th inning. And listen, there's only about a month left, right, before I think we can realistically say once they get into the postseason, how much are they going to even lean on somebody like Edwin Diaz? I don't know. When you've got all of these arms, when you're talking about, hey, okay, we've got Roki Sasaki out the pen. We got Justin Robo out the pen. Eric Lauer going to be giving you long relief. How long is Shohei going to go for his Roki? I mean, there's just so many pitching combinations now, but you've got a ton of arms, not just on the starting front, but again, in middle relief as well. How much, if he's not closing games, how much is Edwin Diaz even going to pitch? This might be it already is. It's a huge waste of money here for the Dodgers. But it might be even more of a waste of money because I do not anticipate seeing Edwin Diaz that often in the postseason. But again, about a month to go here. Got about a month to go in the regular season here for the Dodgers. So we'll keep an eye on it. But again, it's just some updates from Dave Roberts via Sportsnet LA. On the status of both Justin Robleski and Edwin Diaz. Hey, man, fire up that Vin Scully. We got to get you a little bit of a Dodgers baseball update here.
Dodger baseball.
The Braves have pushed across another run in the bottom of the 6th. That's a big oh-no. As they lead right now, 5-3. It was a solo shot. It was a solo shot from the catcher position in the 9-hole. Sean Murphy getting a hold of one from Eric Lauer, sending it deep and pushing. I just looked this up. I was like, dude, Sean Murphy can't have that many home runs. And you know what? He doesn't. This was his very first home run of the season. Hit me with that, oh no. Hit me with that.
Oh, no.
Sean Murphy, first home run of the season, bro?
Numero uno.
There you go. Perfect. Dog, Sean Murphy, first home run of the season. My guy Sean Murphy, who's a catcher for the Braves, he's hitting 136 on the year, dog. He's hitting 136, and he just drops a hammer on Eric Lauer, bro. Say it ain't so. Oh, man, first home run of the year for Sean Murphy. Okay, so again, the Braves lead right now, 5-3, bottom of the 6th. There are 2 outs. So, again, when there's more updates, we'll, of course, give you that as well. Man, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the TWG, the Guggenheim Group, Walter Guggenheim Group, they released a statement today. This was a big thing that was making the rounds on social media. They put it on their official site, just a statement, right? Like, this is a TWG statement. And trying to clear the air here. And remember, this is now, Stan Kasten has made a couple of appearances in front of the media. It's crazy too, right? Because like Stan Kasten, it's like, I almost forgot he existed. We just have not seen a lot of Stan this year. And over the past few weeks, over the last 2 weeks, Stan Kasten has made 2 appearances. And now the Guggenheim Group dropped an incredibly long statement. I mean, pages and pages. And it was very emphatic. Very emphatic. And let me tell you something, man. This statement that was dropped by TWG, it reeks of desperation. It does. Despite the strongly worded letter, despite the strongly worded, this had to have been over 1,000 words, bro. I didn't count it all, man, but it's crazy long. Part of what they said was this, quote, despite what has been reported, there has been no fraud. At its core, this is a regulatory matter with a straightforward plan that has been submitted to its regulator to promptly eliminate all of the affiliate exposure. Affiliate exposure, aka money. They need money, which is why the Lakers got sold. They go on to say, TWG in their statement says, there is no victim here. No one has been harmed, and no one has claimed they were harmed. Again, this is the first of many statements, the first of many sentences that they write out in the statement addressing straw man arguments. Dude, listen, I have been all over this. Like, I have seen so much coverage in regards to the Guggenheim Group and the insurance companies and all. No one is saying there's a victim. So again, TWG's statement is like they're creating straw man arguments and addressing straw man arguments. No one's saying this. Are randos online saying this? Yeah, maybe. Even those are few and far between, dude. But I'm sorry, man. You can't be addressing the randos. I thought we're trying to have a grown-up, big boy conversation. When you drop a statement like this is having a big boy conversation. I didn't realize you're addressing the randos in the room. You know what I mean? There is no victim here, says TWG. No one has been harmed. No one has claimed they were harmed. Yeah, no kidding. No one's reporting that. Show me a report from a major media company saying that there has been a victim. You won't find it. That doesn't exist. No one has said that. TWG, again, in a long, more than 1,000-word statement, creating a straw man argument here. They go on to say, affiliated transactions are common across the insurance industry, and suggestions that TWG is, quote, looting insurers is defamatory and false. Let me tell you something, man. Lawyers have to get involved when you throw down defamatory and false. This is very much coded as saying, if you, the media, try to go out there and say TWG is quote unquote looting insurers, TWG is making it very clear they will come after you. If you dare suggest that TWG is looting insurers, when you say, and the lawyers say in this statement, the phrase defamatory and false, that is very much a warning. Listen, if you say this, we're coming after you. If you say this, we're coming after you. And this is this statement is very aggressive. Very aggressive. To the point where I just think, why? Read the room here a little bit, man. Read the room. Instead of apologizing, y'all are coming out guns blazing and daring people to say something. You're being very combative, very aggressive. So I don't know. They go on to say, man, TWG is not looking to sell its sports assets at, quote, a fire sale prices to raise capital for its insurance operations. And then they talk about the Lakers sale. And then they say, hey, man, a 25% premium to the price paid by Mr. Walter less than a year ago. That is, this is a quote, hardly a fire sale. This is not a neutral statement whatsoever. This sounds like it was written by Mark Walter's personal, assistant or something, bro. This is, I don't know, man. This is not, again, it doesn't sound corporate. This sounds personal. When you start throwing out things like defamatory and false and defending the sale, calling it hardly a fire sale, that's not neutral. That's not corporate speak, bro. I've seen a lot of press releases in my day. Let me tell you something. This was very, very Different than your normal press release. Very different. Very different. And to me, the reason it reeks of desperation is because why are you taking this aggressive stance with the media? Why are you doing this? It sounds almost as if you don't want there to be any more reporting. And look, I get it. I know you want that. I know you don't want any more reporting. But when you're saying you don't want any more reporting and you're ready to fight the media, you're ready to sue the media, because that is what you're saying. When you use phrases like defamatory and false, you are saying, I am down to sue the media. And when you do that, and you have this posture, this aggressive posture, this unnecessarily aggressive posture, that tells me that you guys feel like there could be some other things. Hey, don't go digging. That's what this statement tells me. Hey, don't go digging for stuff. If you go digging for stuff, we're going to try to sue you. That's why it feels desperate. That's why this sounds like very much like somebody who knows they did wrong and is trying to get out in front of it and again, threatening litigation against somebody who might try to find some more information. This doesn't sound like somebody who is apologetic at all. 0% apologetic. 0%. They could have easily just come out and said, hey, this is a regulatory matter. They could have easily just said, you know what, man, this is just a compliance issue, guys. Nothing to worry about. We'll be fine. I know why you guys are worried, but there's nothing to worry about. We're very much on track to get within compliance. Dog, that right there, again, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of PR statements. That right there is super PR. That is super PR. They didn't take that approach. No. They could have easily been very neutral, said, we're going to be under compliance. We are currently not in compliance, and we are working very closely with regulators to get into compliance. And that will happen by the end of the year. End of statement. Easy. End of statement. Easy. Nope. Threatening litigation. That's what the TWG statement, that's what they want to get out today. They are literally threatening the media. Y'all want to fight? Let's go. That's what they said. That's what this statement is. And I'm sorry, man, when you do that, and you become an enemy of the media where you're trying to position yourself to say, hey, listen, if y'all want to report some stuff, y'all better be able to defend. Y'all better be able to fight some billionaires. When you start doing that, taking that threatening posture, listen, dude, I'm going to side with the media every single time. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be a billionaire bootlicker. That's not what I'm going to do. It reeks of desperation. And it reeks of, quite frankly, it reeks of guilt. That's what this reeks of. I got a lot more thoughts on this. I want to read more from it. And I want to revisit the media appearance of Stan Kasten and how that all ties in as well. I got to take a quick break, man. When we come back, it's more of the James Coe Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. James Coe here with you. Fire up that VIN, because we got more Dodger updates here for you.
Dodger baseball.
Big time opportunity right now for the Dodgers. Top of the lineup, coming through big time. Shohei Ohtani. Welcome back, everybody. James Coe here. Where are we going here? What is going on? Oh, that's my MacBook. Okay, here we go. What? That was very weird to hear myself there. I don't know. That was strange. Hold up. Big time opportunity here for the Dodgers. Again, they're in the top of the 7th, and they were down 5-3. Okay, so Ohtani gets a big time hit. Freeman moves him over. Mookie Betts is in there, and he gets a clutch hit. He drives in Ohtani. Big time, big time, big time. So the first 3 hitters all get on base. They score a run. There are no outs. This is huge. Absolutely massive opportunity here for the Dodgers. Runners on the corner right now for Max Muncy. Again, we will give you Dodger updates as they become available. But right now, top of the 7th, no outs. Muncy, usually clutch, at the dish with Mookie on first and Freddie Freeman on third. There you go. Shout out to the folks on the YouTube side. If you want to go find the stream online, or if you want to engage with any of our content at The Fan LA, whether we're talking about X, Instagram, or on YouTube. If you do me, listen, it would do me a huge solid if y'all did stream this show on the YouTube side. I want to say hello to the folks who are on the YouTube side. Wayne Mulholland, David 100 is in there. David 100 is calling out my iPad cover. I got this bright blue foam iPad cover. It looks like a child's iPad cover, because it is a child's iPad cover. Sometimes when I don't bring this into work, it doubles as my kid's iPad. So thus, hey, listen, man, you gotta protect it. But again, he rightfully calls me out and says it's the Toy Story iPad. Talking to James, which that's accurate, brother. That is accurate. All right, bases juiced now here for LA. Max Muncy got on with a walk. So bases juiced, no outs. Dodgers trail by 1, and it looks like the Braves are going to make a pitching change. When we get more updates, we will bring them to you, of course. I wanted to finish this conversation here about the Dodgers. This is more off the field than it is on the field. On the field, you can talk about what you want to talk about, but off the field, there's no question. The Mark Walter Guggenheim Group, TWG, this is a story that is beyond baseball. It has crossed over into the world of finance. And in a lot of places, it's crossed over into the world of politics as well. And the crazy thing is, it's crossed over into multiple sports. Remember, this whole thing started as Stan Kasten emphatically put out that it started as a Laker story. Take a listen. Again, Stan Kasten, when he says that is pretty much the whole story, it's like, I don't even know what to say. This is like 1984 levels of gaslighting. Stan, stop trying to gaslight the people. Stop. You have to be an absolute head in the sand, Dodger blue diehard to believe a single word of what Kasten said right there. That's absurd. Stop trying to gaslight us, man. And I think that's why I'm reacting so, Look, I have a big take on this because it's absolutely ridiculous the levels of gaslighting that is going on from the Walter Group and Stan Kasten. We haven't seen Stan all year long, dude. Now, all of a sudden, because all of this stuff is happening and popping up, now we see his face. And now he's trying to tell you it's a Lakers story, not a Dodger story. Dude, listen, you do not have to be financially aware or you don't have to be a high-level financial, journalist or expert to know that this could easily bleed over into the Dodgers. What are you talking about? When he says, that's the end of the story. No, it's not. Stop it. At every opportunity, this organization has tried to gaslight people. Gaslight you, the fans. Gaslight me, the broadcasters. Gaslight the journalist. At every opportunity, they have been very combative with the media. Very combative with anyone who takes the stance that, yeah, there's probably more to this story. They keep trying to shut that down, saying, no, there is no more to this story. And yet, so very obviously, there is more to this story. And they're treating you like you're an idiot. And I think that's the part that just irks me to no end. It's absurd. Again, regarding the LA Dodgers sale, and there is no sale. So again, let me rephrase. I don't want them to get mad at me for saying something incorrectly here. Regarding the LA Dodgers franchise, Stan Kasten and the boys continue to say, to be clear, the team is not being sold and no sale process has been initiated. That was from the statement released today by TWG. Again, this is what they say. To be clear, the team is not being sold and no sale process has been initiated. Great. Okay, cool. No one is saying that listen, this is a no straw man argument. No one, literally no one of any credence is saying that the team is being sold, that the team is for sale. I get it. No one is saying that. But we are ignoring the fact that the Lakers sale was completely unprecedented. Completely unprecedented. We've never seen a sale that fast. Mark Walters sold the Lakers in the middle of the night. No bids. Zero. A completely unprecedented sale. Process. Not just a sale, but the sale process unprecedented. So when you sell the Lakers, one of the premier brands in the entire world, when you sell them in the middle of the night with zero bids, you cannot sit there and tell me, well, don't even think about the Dodgers. The Dodgers aren't for sale. As if the Lakers, it's almost as if they're saying that the Dodger brand is leaps and bounds, in another galaxy outside of the Lakers. That the Dodger brand, you can't even compare the Dodger brand to the Laker brand. Bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking? It's insane. They're very similar brands. And if you sell one brand for $12.5 billion in the middle of the night with no bids in an unprecedented sale that took 72 hours to complete, you cannot honestly, legitimately sit here and try to gaslight people and say, why would you even connect the Lakers and the Dodgers? Why would you do that? I mean, Stan Kasten's literally trying to say, trying to question, why would you do that? It's dumb. It's stupid. Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Okay? All right, so that's Stan Kasten, man. Right. So, and again, every time I hear Stan, all I think about is Hamlet. All I think about is Shakespeare. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. And maybe Sports Talk Radio is not a good spot to talk about Hamlet, but I tell you, that quote rings in my head every single time I see a statement like this, every time I hear from Stan Kasten. Again, Stan Kasten keeps trying to tell you, hey, the franchise is not for sale. TWG in their statement today emphatically stating the Dodgers are not for sale. Cool. I get it. Were the Lakers for sale? Were they? I didn't know the Lakers were for sale. I don't think anybody knew that the Lakers were for sale. But magically, they were for sale. Out of nowhere, they were for sale. Stop gaslighting the people. It's stupid. They go on to say, by the way, TWG, the allegations that the LA Dodgers were acquired or have been funded improperly is false and not supported by facts. The transaction was subject to a full investigation conducted by an outside law firm, which identified no irregularities and resulted in no further action, effectively resolving the matter. This flies in the face of logic. If this was actually the case, then why is TWG out of compliance with federal regulators? You cannot, on one hand, say, hey, listen, the Dodgers acquisition was funded properly. And on the same side say, oh yeah, we're trying to get into compliance with federal regulators. We were borrowing against our insurance companies in a way that is inappropriate. Dude, listen, I'm sorry, man, but that, logically speaking, that makes absolutely no dang sense at all. More gaslighting from TWG, more gaslighting from Stan Kasten and the boys. Mark Walter and the boys. TWG is out of compliance with federal regulators. Is that even disputable? I don't think it is. That's an indisputable fact that, again, Guggenheim's trying to get into compliance. They're out of compliance with federal regulators. That's why the Lakers are sold. They're trying to get capital, liquid capital. By the way, if you hide information or lie or misrepresent information, guess what? An outside law firm has almost no chance of conducting a real or fair investigation. So get that out of my face, bro. Don't sit there and try to, again, be like, hey man, we had a third party independent and they cleared us, dude. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They conducted an investigation of which you misrepresented facts, bro. Not guilty is not the same as innocent. Can I say that? Let me say that again for the people in the back. Not guilty, a verdict of not guilty, that's not the same as innocent. Stop telling me the sky is green. Stop acting like the obvious things that we know are somehow attacks against your character. Stop doing that. No one is saying the Dodgers are broke. No one. I've never seen that. They are saying the Dodgers may have been purchased with money that was not allowed. Illegal? I'm not saying illegal. I'm saying not allowed. I think that's a very real possibility. I don't know if it's true, but it's at least a possibility, and journalists are doing the job of trying to figure out if that was the case. What journalists are not doing, they're not saying the Dodgers are for sale. They're saying the Dodgers could be for sale. Because Mark Walter needs a lot of liquid capital. And he needs it quickly. And by TWG's own admission, they need it by year's end. Needing potentially tens of billions of dollars in a few months is absolutely insane. We have become desensitized to the word billions. We have become desensitized to the word billions. Potentially tens of billions of dollars. You need that in a few months. That is an insane amount of money to come up with in a few months, man. Again, the Dodgers may have been purchased with money that was not allowed. And dude, they need a lot of liquid capital to get within compliance. These are not disputable facts, bro. Stop acting like this is slander. Stop acting offended. Stop acting like you're the victim. We have somehow normalized this behavior for people in power to act like they're victims. I will not do it. I will not do it. Instead of saying, hey, we were out of compliance, we're fixing it, but don't worry, we got it. You're acting like you're the victim. And we've normalized this for some reason. People in power acting like they're victims, I won't do it. I will not do it. All right, my producers tell me I got to go, man. We were running way, way long, and that's fine because I got to get this off my chest. People in power acting like they're victims, bro. Like, man, you want to get me fired up. That's it right there. That is it right there. All right, you're listening to the James Coe Show on the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA Sports.
Dodger baseball.
Hit me again.
Dodger baseball.
Post Malone, Vin Scully. It's peanut butter and jelly, baby. It's hot sauce and fried chicken, baby. I love it. Hit me again.
Dodger baseball.
Come on, man. That sounds good, bro. Come on. Come on. The score right now, it's 5-5. Let's talk about who is hot and who is not in this game right now. We're in the top of the 8th. Teoscar Hernandez, very up and down. He has been an absolute adventure in the outfield. And by the way, for some reason, I'm not watching the game that closely, but for some reason, the ball is finding Teoscar in the field right now. I don't know why. How many times is the ball going to find Teoscar, man? It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, very up and down day for Teoscar. He has 2 hits in 3 at-bats, and he also has a walk. So he's gotten on base 3 times, which is great, which is awesome. He's gotten on base 3 times tonight. It has been an absolute adventure in the outfield, and as a matter of fact, he himself has contributed to letting an extra couple of runs come across. So he's been great at the dish. He's been so bad in the field. Man, I don't even know how to grade it. But again, I'll say overall net negative. I think that's fair. Because you could put 2 runs directly onto him. He misplayed a ball in the outfield. And I feel like that's like the second or third time that's happened over the past couple of weeks. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to go, maybe an entire month without misplaying one. He's got multiple misplays over the last couple of weeks. It's been an adventure. His eyes look glossed over. I'm like a body language guy, man. But I'll tell you, he does not look confident out there right now. He don't look confident at all. Shohei getting back to his Shohei ways. He's 2 for 4. Freddie Freeman 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Top of the lineup has done their job. Even Mookie Betts with a huge clutch hit. Drive in a run. He's got an RBI today. But man, can we get some claps for my boy Tommy Hyunsu Edman? Tommy Hyunsu, bro. Tommy Tank Hyunsu Edman has been huge today. He's 2 for 3 at the dish. He's got 3 RBIs, including a 2-run home run. He's been awesome. Dude, he started the day with a double. Scored a run. Next time up, 2-run jack to give him, again, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Then next time up, it might have been actually a couple at-bats later, but a couple at-bats later, man, draws a walk, drives in another run. 3 RBIs. Tommy Hyunsu Edman, bro, like he has been absolutely a huge driving force here for LA tonight. He is their MVP. Tonight, he is their MVP. If we're talking about who is hot and who is not, unfortunately, on the other side, guess who? It's Kyle Tucker again. Kyle Tucker, man. 0 for 4.
Oh, no.
0 for 4 tonight. Not good. And while we are here, we got to mention, I love Max Muncy. As a matter of fact, we did a whole Max Muncy birthday tribute yesterday. Top 5 Max Muncy highlights of his career. Did all of that. But today, 0 for 3.
Oh, no.
Not good. Did draw a walk, though, so that was nice. But 0 for 3 overall, if we're keeping score. By the way, Alek Thomas, again, very up and down. Alek Thomas, very up and down. Remember, he is in there for Andy Pages, who has a broken bone in his left hand. Why the Dodgers refuse to bring up any of their top prospects, I have no idea. But you know what? Let's bring up Alek Thomas, guys.
Josue DePaulo homered today.
Oh, of course he did. How many home runs has he got right now? Look, I know I think he's like playing like what in like the California Ball or whatever, the PCL or whatever it's called.
I think he was 23 or 26, one of those two.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. With a bunch of stolen bags too, man. Like he's raking, dude. He's raking. And I just don't understand, you know? And I've seen online too the discourse like, hey, he's terrible in the field. He's terrible in the field. I'm sorry. Have you guys been watching Teoscar Hernandez in the field? Have you? Have you been watching Teoscar Hernandez in the field, y'all? I find it interesting, you know, like how everyone just refuses to want to bring up these guys. Okay, if he's terrible in the field, is Mike Sirota terrible in the field, dude? I don't know. All right, man. More of the James Coe Show right after this.
Dodger baseball.
Yeah!
Dodger baseball.
There it is. That sound goes with anything. I don't know why. That's like one of the best drops. That's one of the best music drops of all time. Like, I don't know why. Any song you drop in that drop and it sounds so good.
Dodger baseball.
Oh, man. Hey, yo, shout out to the folks on the YouTube page, man. They're going ham sandwich. They're going ham sandwich, dude. Don't you dare play that. Don't you ever play that again. What the hell? That's like a horror film, dude.
Angels lost tonight, by the way.
Yeah, they did. They did. Man. You know what? Okay, you know what? Every time they lose, we will play that sound.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
So you're saying we can play it as many times as we like, then?
I guess so. They're the worst team in baseball, so I guess so.
'Cause if you don't want it on the show, you could just tell me to play it anytime they win.
That's the creepiest sound, dude. That sounds like a horror flick, man. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to the folks on the YouTube page, though. They're going crazy. They're going crazy in the chat right now, man. In particular, shout out to Hoser G Reiter Nation. Hoser G Reiter Nation. He's going crazy in the chat. He is the biggest Kyle Tucker hater in the world. By the way, Kyle Tucker, if you're just joining us, 0 for 4. Hey, bro, I thought this is on the road. I thought you're supposed to be better on the road, man. 0 for 4. Oh, man. Hey, hit that Dodger sound again, though.
Dodger baseball.
Quick update, and this one's a bummer. It was bases loaded, 2 outs, and there's no one you want at the dish better, man. Bases loaded, 2 out, Max Muncy is up there. Max Muncy, you're like, man, my boy Mad Max, he's so clutch. He's clutch. And, dude, I'll tell you what, man, he absolutely laced a ball, but it went foul. I mean, just laced it, but it went foul.
Oh, come on!
2 outs, Max Muncy strikes out. Tough. That was tough.
What?
That was tough. That was the top of the 8th, and that was easily the Dodgers' best chance. Bases juiced and Max at the plate, man. You'll take that every single time. You will take that every single time. But unfortunately, didn't work. Oh, shoot, man. You know, I'll give you another Dodger baseball update here.
Oh, come on! Dodger baseball.
Because we're talking about Max. And he just made a play where he is trying to forcefully will a softly hit ball down the third base line. He is trying to Jedi force this thing across and out of bounds. Nope. He was thinking it might go out. He's thinking it might go out and it's going to be a foul. So he's waiting on it. Slow roller down the line. It's hooking. Nope, hits the base. Fair ball. It's fair. Now, in the bottom of the 8th, the Braves got a runner on. So Max, in the top of the 8th, strikes out to end the threat, and then is trying to will a ball foul. It stays fair. He could have picked it up. If he hard charges it, he could have picked it up, got his guy out. Instead, was messing around. Ball stays fair. And now the Braves got a runner on. Okay, but we move on. We talk about a lot of Dodgers today. And again, maybe if you're just joining us, maybe if you missed the early portion of the game, big storylines there is that Roki Sasaki had a blister on his finger, just did not have his best stuff today, gave up 4 runs in 3 1/3. Then they had to go to the bullpen. And the bullpen, as I mentioned, the bullpen has been anything but shut down. One of the worst bullpens in Major League Baseball, truly, honestly. I mean, especially if you're judging this off of left on base percentage. Since August 1st, so the entire month of August here, Dodger bullpen, one of the 5 worst in regards to left on base percentage. When there are runners on, more likely than not, Dodger bullpen gonna let them across. And as I say that, they do it again.
Bruh.
Tough look right now. It is the bottom of the 8th, and the Braves are threatening. No outs, and they've got runners on second and third. How they didn't score here, I have no idea. They had a pinch runner on. They had a pinch runner on first, and the next guy comes up and doubles it off the wall. I don't know what the percentage is. I want to say like 8 out of 10 times that's a run scored. Nope, now they got runners on second and third. That's a huge gift to the Dodgers right now. Ronald Acuna is at the dish. Again, I'll give you updates as they become available. Again, big storylines for the Dodgers tonight. Roki Sasaki, blister. Don't know if he's going to end up missing any time. I don't know. But Blister left the game after 3 1/3. He gave up 4 earned runs. Bullpen could not shut the door. Bullpen could not help out their guy. So the notorious BAG, the big-ass glove, notorious BAG, he was notorious bye. Not good. Teoscar Hernandez has been a mess in the outfield. Misplayed a ball, overran one, helped a couple of brave runners come across. Kyle Tucker, 0 for 4. So, again, these are your major storylines here in regards to the Dodgers. Now, we also got an update and confirmation. We kind of knew it was going to happen. Dave Roberts said that Justin Wroblewski is going to, he's close to coming back, but when he does come back, he's going to get into the bullpen. Edwin Diaz sounds like he's pretty close to coming back as well. Super Phantom IL stint here. Sounds more of like a mental health IL stint. But again, the point that I would make is, if Roki Sasaki is going to the bullpen, if Justin Wroblewski is going to the bullpen, as we are seeing, Eric Lauer is now in the bullpen. How much are we going to, if he's in a setup role, how much are we ever even going to see Edwin Diaz? We legitimately, there's a month left to go in the regular season, just about. We legitimately may not see Edwin Diaz. Legit. There's a world where Edwin Diaz does not pitch for the Dodgers. Especially in the postseason, once we get into the postseason for reals. So, again, we'll keep... it's an interesting storyline. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the Dodgers, how TWG, Stan Kasten, and all the Mark Walter guys, they're trying to gaslight the hell out of you. And it ain't working, brother. It ain't working. Trying to gaslight you. And I'm trying to keep it a buck. I'm trying to keep the masses informed. I'm trying to keep, again, baseball fans, sports fans. These are fair takes, man. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just, cozy up to some billionaires. I'm not going to be a billionaire bootlicker. That ain't me. That ain't me. I ain't going to do it. So we keep it 100. We will talk about, let's flip over to basketball, man. Let's flip over to basketball. All the reporting this entire week, for the past week, maybe for the past month really, has been about Jonathan Kuminga potentially joining the Lakers. And there was a lot of reporting that Jonathan Kuminga preferred the Lakers. And the only way he's joining the Lakers, again, would be a sign and trade. If he goes to a sign and trade, it's got to be a 3-year deal, right? Jonathan Kuminga, shockingly, today, stiff-armed Rob Pelinka and the Lakers. This is shocking, y'all. Jonathan Kuminga agreed to a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And truly, honestly, this is generally considered to be a 1-year deal. The second year is a player option. And if things go well in Minnesota, he's going to obviously not pick up that player option and enter free agency. Sounds like he wants to enter free agency ASAP. That's what it sounds like. But again, it's a shocking turn. Absolutely shocking turn. Why? Because if he had come to LA, as the reporting goes, he would have signed a 3-year deal, and this is according to Shams Charania of ESPN. Quote, Kuminga chose the Timberwolves over offers from the Lakers, Bulls, and Trailblazers, bypassing a similar starting role and $12 million plus annually over 3 years in LA to land in Minnesota for a shorter-term deal and an ability to have more control over his future. Sources tell Shams Charania. Let me say that again, man. Shams is reporting that LA is offering him a starting role and a 3-year, $36 million deal at a minimum. At a minimum, he said $12 million plus. Shoot, that could have been a 3-year 40. Maybe it's a 3-year 39. I don't know. He passes on let's just say 3-year 36. He passes on a 3-year 36 to essentially sign a 1-year $6 million deal. Bro, this is insane. His agent is some dude by the name of Aaron Turner. Listen, get Aaron Turner as far away from me as possible. Might be the worst agent in NBA history. Next to the agent who was advising Dennis Schroeder, next to that guy, Aaron Turner of Veras Basketball might be the worst in the NBA. Dog, remember, Jonathan Kuminga and his representation, they turned down a 3-year, $75 million deal, a 3-year, $75 million extension with the Warriors. They turned that down. The Dubs were offering him 3-year, $75. Again, if your math ain't mathin', that's $25 million per year. What do? They sign a 2-year, $48 million deal. So instead of making $25 million per, they're like, okay, we'll sign a $24 million and we'll get out of this deal earlier. This is the thing. The Kuminga camp is like, we just got to get out earlier. Got to get out earlier. Dog, sometimes just take the security money, man. Sometimes, listen, I'm a gambler. Like, I love it when people bet on themselves. I love it. But do it reasonably. This would be like me getting into a fight with, like, I don't know, like Ryan Garcia and being like, you know what, dog? I'm turning down $10 million to fight you, and I'm just going to bet on myself. Because I'm a dog. I'm going to bet on myself. Sometimes you need to read the room, bro. You just went from a 3-year, $75 million deal to a 1-year, $6 million deal. That's not betting on yourself. That's being stupid. Aaron Turner has to be the worst agent in the NBA right now. Again, he goes from 3 years, $75 to a 2-year, $48, which, by the way, had a team option. Talk about terrible deal, man. You gave him a team option on that second year, dog? Like, dude, what are we doing? So that 2-year, $48 turns into a 1-year, $24. Because Atlanta's like, got an up-close and personal look at Kuminga and was like, you know what, dude, we're not picking that up. We are not picking up that option. That tells you everything. Dude, again, if you are Kuminga in his camp, that should tell you everything you need to know about what the value is for Jonathan Kuminga. If the Atlanta Hawks, of all teams, if the Atlanta Hawks are not picking up your option for $24 million, that tells you everything you need to know about what the NBA as a whole looks at your client like. Stop it. What are you doing, man? And so here comes LA, pretty early in the process, by the way. I don't know if this is confirmed, but unofficial reports say that LA was willing to offer, early in the free agency process, they were willing to offer Kuminga a 2-year $20. Hey, man, come to LA, 2-year $20.
What?
And Kuminga's like, nah, dude. Somebody needs to make me a big restricted free agent offer. Ain't nobody doing that. Atlanta just turned you down for a 1-year $24. Who do you think is coming through that door? Who do you think is bidding for you, dude? This is absolutely ridiculously unhinged. Who does Jonathan Kuminga think that he is, dude? Okay, so then they're like, all right, okay. You don't want to sign the 2-year $20. All right, cool. All right, great. I get it. Cool. We'll make a sign and trade. We'll give you a 3-year, $36 million deal. That's pretty good, right? Let's just do that deal. You know what? We're going to this is what LA's saying. Well, you know what? We're going to overextend ourselves. We're going to put money on the credit card, max out our credit card. We're going to offer you a 3-year 36. Okay, let's go. Let's just do that deal. Done? Done and done. You come to LA. You play for the Lakers, one of the best brands in all of sports. I mean, I'll tell you how good the brand is. They just sold for $12.5 billion. That's how good the brand is. You're going to get in front of a bunch of LA people. They're going to see you up close and personal. You're going to have opportunities to do Hollywood, commercialization. It's insane. You have all the opportunity in the world to make all this off-court money to make up for the fact that you're an idiot and you passed on a 3-year 75. You passed on that because your agent's an idiot. But you can make that up. You can make that up in endorsement money, commercial money, Hollywood money. I don't know, make some like random cameo appearances in Hollywood somewhere. I don't know, man. Do something, bro. I mean, shoot. If memory serves, wasn't Austin Reeves or Dalton Connect, like they were doing rando, like Lemon Law advertisements, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like they're making money off court just doing the most random things. Like you could be doing that in LA. Those opportunities are a lot fewer and further between in Minnesota, man. Who is this guy's agent? I'll tell you who it is. It's Aaron Turner. He's terrible. This is horrible. This guy goes from a 3-year 75 to a 1-year 6. Holy bag drop, Batman. That's an insane bag drop. You know who agrees with me? Gilbert Arenas. Agent Zero, agrees with your boy James Coe. Agent Zero. Hey, yo, me and Agent Zero, we're simpatico, bro. That's the thing, man. Like, if you didn't actually know the history of it, right, you'd be like, all right, cool, he's betting on himself. Like, what's the big deal, right? But that's the history of it. Like, Golden State's like, all right, cool, we'll give you a 3-year, $75 million deal. By the way, this was last year, right? So, like, again, he could be a year into his deal, dude. Like, you want to hit, you so desperately want to hit free agency. Dog, sign that deal. You could be 2 years away from free agency right now. By the way, another part of this is, dude, he's signing with Minnesota, so he has given away his bird rights too. Aaron Turner's his agent. I love the fact that he said, my guy just signed a podcast deal. Dude, that's tough.
Costco.
He said my boy signed a Costco membership deal. Oh my goodness. He said your deal's Kirkland brand, bro. He said Kuminga. No, hell no, it's not Kuminga. It's Jonathan Kirkland brand, bro. That's what my guy Gilbert Arenas just called him, Jonathan. He just called him Jonathan Kirkland. That's tough. My guy, dude, listen, Gilbert Arenas just called my boy Jonathan Kirkland brand. Signing some Costco deal, bro. Golly. That's insane. Again, this is the fact. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Double P, I'm losing it, bro. And by the way, this is not like a Laker thing. I just want to make this abundantly clear. Like, I know people are probably out there being like, oh man, James is in his feels because he didn't sign with the Lakers. It's not because it's the Lakers. Listen, if it was the Bulls, for example, if it was the Portland Trail Blazers, for example, offering him a 3-year 30 in a 3-year 36 in a sign and trade, and he bypasses that, it's not the Lakers, it's just the deal itself. He had an opportunity to retain his bird rights. That's the other part that people are missing here. He's foregoing his bird rights. What does that mean? Well, that means even when he hits free agency, he can't sign a 5-year deal. He can only sign a 4-year deal. He can only sign a deal that has limited pay increases. He gave up his bird rights. That's a lot of money that he's given up on the table, man. A ton, actually. This is so stupid. You're hitting free agency for what reason? Why are you hitting free agency? For what? I don't understand. For what reason? You get to hit free agency like a year sooner. So what? You gave up your bird rights, dummy? Who's this guy's? Dude, it's insane. You're giving up your bird rights to sign a 1-year, $6 million deal to sign with Minnesota, of all teams? Insane. Double P, this is insane, bro.
You also got to think that, his agent Aaron Turner would probably put a little more thought into his guy, because you go ahead and look at who else Aaron Turner represents.
Who is
Musa Diabate, Kevin Knox, Naquan Tomlin. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga is his guy.
Oh, he's the gem of the portfolio.
Right? And you would think that he would prioritize the guy that's going to make him, without question, by far the most money. And I'm talking about Aaron Turner's life.
Dude, Aaron Turner is going to be out the business in 2 years, dude. I'm telling you. In 2 years, when Jonathan Kuminga becomes a quote-unquote free agent and signs a terrible deal somewhere, and it's going to be like some Garbo 3-year, $21 million deal. Like, he's probably going to go for less than Sandro Mamukelashvili. That's what's crazy, dude. And you can't tell me Kuminga's not a better player straight up than Mamu. And I love Mamu. But straight up, he's a better player, and he's going to sign a way worse deal. Way worse. It's going to be nuts. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to fire Aaron Turner. And then you know what's going to happen? The rest of the NBA is going to look at that and be like, dude, I don't want that guy repping me at all. Aaron Turner might be out of the NBA in 3 years, dude. That's crazy. And again, it has nothing to do with the Lakers. But the fact that the Lakers were so hard pressed and in on Jonathan Kuminga, offering him a role opposite of Luka freaking Doncic, and being in LA, one of the best brands that you could associate with, and he turns that down to go to the Minnesota T-Wolves, bro. Like, what are we doing here? His agent's an idiot. And I love the fact that Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, is 100% all in on board with that, man. I cannot believe this dude gave up his bird rights. That's a fireable offense right there. You give up your bird rights when there is legitimately another team willing to make a sign and trade for your services so that you can retain your bird rights. You can retain your bird rights, and 3 years later. By the way, Kuminga's 23 years old, dude. He will be 27 years old when he gets out of his potential 3-year deal, and could sign just a monstrous max dollar 5-year just crazy max deal. And then when he gets out of that, he'd be 32, eligible to sign another deal. Dude, come on, man. Like, this is basic math. This is unbelievable. What a horrific deal. What a horrific agent. Terrible. All right, we step away. When we come back, we'll give you a Dodger update. On the backside of this break, you'll listen to the James Coe Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports.
The games are happening.
Freeman is a home run. Struck him out. The 6th punch out for Sheen.
The Dodgers, just like that, have a man in scoring position.
Stories are moving.
Dodgers turn it and win it.
The conversation is about to pop off. This is the James Koch Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports.
Dodger baseball.
Oh, boy. Well, we got a Dodger update, ladies and gentlemen.
Dodger baseball.
It's not a good one. What? It's not a good one, ladies and gentlemen. What? Listen, I do appreciate Double P. By the way, man, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, man.
I'm like trying to lessen the blow, you know? I'm trying to lessen the blow, bro.
You like how I used B.I.G. coming back?
I was just about to say, I love the fact that you use some notorious B.I.G. because the notorious B.A.G.,
Uh-oh.
the big-ass glove, did not get it done today, although we give him a little bit of a pass because he got injured. He had a blister on the finger and had to exit today's game. And listen, it was pretty obvious early on that he did not have his best stuff. You know, he was struggling. He was struggling, dude. Dude, okay. Yesterday was a tough loss, right? Shohei, 9th inning, last chance. Dodgers down by 1. Shohei gets on third. Leadoff triple, 0 outs. Heart of the order coming up. And no one gets it done.
By the way,
Yeah.
that Shohei leadoff triple last night
Yeah.
would have been a home run in 28 ballparks.
Ooh, good stat.
I know.
I love that pull.
But, not a truest.
Not a truest, though. Not a truest, though. Oh, man. Okay, so they had an opportunity yesterday to at least tie. They didn't get Shohei across. And it was tough, right? Like, it was a strikeout from Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts, little baby dribbler down the middle. Kept it inside the... I mean, all you got to do... someone's got to lift the ball into the outfield. That's all you got to do, man. Nope. Didn't work. And as a result, Ohtani's leadoff triple is wasted. Dodgers lose in dramatic fashion yesterday. Fast forward 24 hours to today. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And in the bottom of the 9th, the Braves walk it off.
Oh, no.
You know who's on the mound for the Dodgers? One Mr. Tanner Scott. Tough. It's really tough. I mean, you look at... Oh, my gosh, dude. Do I dare look? Do I dare look? I mean, again, we're talking about yesterday. Tanner Scott comes in, gives up an earned run, takes the L. Tanner Scott comes in again tonight, takes another L. Back-to-back nights from Tanner Scott where it's not a blown save, but back-to-back nights gives up a run. The guy's supposed to be the new closer. All of a sudden, I'm starting to hear Timmy Trumpets making a little bit of a comeback all of a sudden.
No, you're not.
I don't know. I hear it in the distance. It's very faint. It's very faint, but I hear just a little bit of it. And I shouldn't be hearing Timmy Trumpets because Timmy Trumpets is banned. They're blocked. Blaster Jacks, they're blocked. Narcos, they're blocked. I can't tell if this is actually playing or it's just in my head. I feel it. I hear a little bit of it in the background. I shouldn't be hearing it, but for back-to-back nights, Tanner Scott, you blew it. Tanner Scott on back-to-back nights, you blew it.
Oh, no.
Come on, man. Yeah, turn that off. Turn that off. Timmy Trumpets, you're blocked. Why do I hear that very faintly in the background? Like, I mean, if I'm doing my JR voice, my Jim Ross voice, by God, that's Edwin Diaz's music. Tanner Scott, dude. Bro, what happened? Tanner Scott, bro. Come on, man. Tanner Scott, you're supposed to be the savior, dude. Back-to-back nights against Atlanta, you blew it.
That's terrible.
Absolutely blew it. And again, this is following a season last year where there's just so much scar tissue built up. 10 blown saves last year. He normalized himself quite a bit this year. Where, dude, listen, you look at the overall numbers and you're saying to yourself, he comes into tonight's game with 19 saves, with a 2.36 ERA, and a 0.92 whip. Guys, this is good. This is really good. My guy's got 64 strikeouts in 53 innings coming into tonight's game. Tanner Scott was pitching from an overall view really, really well. And then he runs into the Atlanta buzzsaw. And when the Dodgers need him the most, Tanner Scott ends up looking like 2024 Tanner Scott. Say it ain't so, Tanner. Say it ain't so. Why am I hearing Timmy Trumpets very faintly in the background? I don't want to be hearing that song in the background, bro. I already told you, Timmy Trumpets, they're blocked. Not allowed to play Timmy Trumpets on this show, bro. It's not good. Back-to-back nights in a big spot, Tanner Scott cannot come through. Come on, bro.
With Tanner Scott, though, specifically, and how great he's been, 2.36 ERA, you just ran off the numbers.
Yeah.
He's been sensational.
Awesome.
But when you look into the Braves as a team have just seen him a ton, and that's dating back to the National League East when Tanner Scott was with the Miami Marlins for a while, and the Braves are in that division. And so in division games, you see those guys 18 times a season.
It's true.
So they've seen a lot of Tanner Scott as a team, and at 62 times to be exact, more after tonight. But you go ahead and look at just Tanner Scott against the Braves, running into the Braves, not the odds were probably stacked against him just because of the past. And Tanner Scott, as we know, hasn't changed much throughout his career as far as the stuff.
I mean, I suppose that is true, but still. I mean, he's a good pitcher. He's got good stuff.
He does, no doubt.
I mean, you look at the strikeout numbers, you look at the whip.
From the left side, too, which is always nastier.
I mean, you just think to yourself, man, like, hey, the guy's, like I said, man, the guy has good stuff, and he's shown that he's got good stuff. Back-to-back nights in big spots, huge spots, where he's got to shut the door and keep the Dodgers in it. He hasn't done that, and the reason it feels bigger than it probably is, the reason it feels more dramatic than it probably is because Dodger fans have the scar tissue of 2024, where the guy could not close the door on anything. Oh, man, and you hear Edwin Diaz's music just faintly in the background. Just threatening. It's in the background. And you're worried. That when he comes off the IL, Edwin Diaz, is he going to reclaim? Hey, yo, was Dave Roberts right Remember when they're like, hey, man, have you thought about replacing Edwin Diaz in the closer role? And, dude, I went on this show and I said, man, I hated what Dave Roberts said. Because Dave Roberts basically said, who else do you want me to throw in the closer role? And everyone's like, gee, I don't know. The guy who's got 19 saves, the guy who's got a sub-3 ERA, the guy who's got a sub-1 whip. I don't know, maybe that guy, Tanner Scott. I don't know, maybe throw him into the closer role. And for Dave Roberts to, at that time, have said, like, hey, we don't got nobody else. Dude, he dissed 2 people. He dissed 2 of his players. he absolutely took a swipe at Tanner Scott and said, you're not good enough to close. And at the same time, he's like, dude, I know Edwin Diaz sucks, but you know what? We ain't got nobody else. That is essentially what Dave Roberts said, right? And at the time, everyone's like, man, that's kind of doing Tanner Scott dirty. Maybe not. Maybe Dave Roberts knows what's up. Maybe Dave Roberts is like, well, I guess we got to throw Tanner Scott out there. Let's see what happens. This is what happens. And I can't reiterate this enough. Like, they're coming off of a 6-game winning streak against 2 of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. This is a huge spot. They're playing in a Braves team that prior to this series had lost 7 of their last 10 games coming in. This is huge. And the offense, again, comes through for Eric Lauer, putting the Dodgers in a position to potentially win this game. Nope, walk off. Back-to-back dramatic finishes in the 9th inning for the Braves as they now have won this series. They've beaten the Dodgers 2 games in a row. And they're going to be going for the sweep tomorrow, man.
Who's the other option, Bill?
Who is the other option? I thought it was Tanner Scott. Hey, Dave, isn't it Tanner Scott?
Who's the other option, Bill?
I don't know. I thought it was Tanner Scott. Is it not? Shoot, who are we going to now? Are the Dodgers going to go to Roki? What are we doing? Think about how much money is being invested into the closer spot right now. Think about how much money is being invested into the closer spot between Tanner Scott and Edwin Diaz. And, dude, you talk about negative ROI, bro. Golly. I can't tell which one is worse ROI. Which one is a worse return on investment? Dodgers in the closer spot or Aaron Turner, the agent? I don't know. I want neither one. We take a break. When we come back. Hey, man, Dodger Nation, how are we feeling right now? Can y'all give me a call? 855-97 LA Fan. The phone lines are wide open. I need to discuss this Dodger loss with y'all, man. How are we feeling? Are we actually starting to feel like, I know a lot of y'all are sitting out there being like, hey, man, it's not October yet. Who cares? But some of y'all must be feeling it. 855-97 LA Fan. Where are we at with the Dodgers tonight? Give me a call. We'll take your phone calls as they become available. And more from the James Coe Show right after this.
Who's the other option, Bill? I mean, you know.
On 2-1, Edman hits one hard to deep right field. It is off the top of the wall and stays up there, gone. Tommy Edman bringing the power to Atlanta. It's a 2-run home run, his second extra base hit of the night. And the Dodgers have their first lead at 3-1.
Hey, listen, awesome game. Amazing game from Tommy Edman. Started the day off, started the night off with a double. You heard that home run right there. Also drove in another walk by drove in another run by earning a walk. He had a great game. Now, I mean, I guess you could, if you were nitpicking here, and by the way, he made some great plays in the field too. He had a great game. Can't put the loss on him at all. And the Dodgers, by the way, they did score 5 runs today, and a lot of them were timely too. Atlanta scores a run in the bottom of the first, and then the Dodgers answer right back with a run in the top of the second. Then they tack on 2 more in the third. Okay, so now they've got a pretty good lead. It's 3-1. But then in the bottom of the fourth, things fall apart where Roki has a blister on his finger, his control's all over the place. Atlanta, and dude, again, I cannot highlight this enough. Middle relief has been so bad for the Dodgers. Since July 1st, this is a team in the Dodgers that have the 5th worst left on base percentage of just 68%. It's the 5th worst. So, again, when we're talking about left on base percentage, obviously higher number is better if you're talking about pitching, right? Like, you want these guys to leave more guys on base, which means opposing batters are not getting these guys across. It feels like anytime middle relief comes on and there are dudes on, the opposing batters are getting at least 1 run across. They've been so bad at limiting damage. That's really what it comes down to. And when we're talking about middle relief, that's all you need. Like, that's what we are talking about. That is your job as middle relief. Shut the door down, man. Your starter gets into a little bit of trouble, help your guy out. They haven't done that. They have not done that. Oh, by the way, okay, so somebody, like, more middle relief comes in. They get a guy on. Okay, well, dude, listen, you make a pitching change, shut that door down. Not doing it. Absolutely not doing it. 855-97-LA-FAN. 855-97-LA-FAN. Listen, it wasn't all bad, like I said. The offense actually got off the ground. Mookie Betts had a great clutch hit. Take a listen.
Betts rips one to left center field. It's down. 3 consecutive hits to open the 7th, and it's 5-4. Throw goes back to first. Betts is in safe.
That was a clutch hit from Mookie, and you love to see it. Like I said, they started that inning off, the Dodgers did, with Ohtani getting on, with Freddie Freeman getting on, and then Betts with a clutch single right up the middle to score Ohtani. That cut the Atlanta lead to 1. They got, again, the Dodgers started piling on. Look, the 7th inning was critical because they got the first 3 batters on. And this is setting up to be a huge inning. Huge inning. Edman, they got the bases juiced. Edman walks. Drives in another run. It's 5-5, but the bases are still juiced. They And listen, like Edman gets on, Kyle Tucker comes up there. A single is driving in 2, maybe 3. And really cracking that game open. Nope. Kyle Tucker 0 for 5 today. 0 for 5. And dude, he had a lot of guys on, man. That's tough. We go to the phone lines. It's Eric and Crenshaw. Eric and Crenshaw, we welcome you into the show. You're listening to the James Coe Show, man. What do you want to talk? Let's talk Dodgers. What do you want to talk about, bro?
James, it's real simple, okay? This is a playoff game in August for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And The Dodgers know they have to take it seriously. The Braves know they have to take it seriously. The Dodgers have the most important task right now of getting their 81st victory, which means they will mathematically eliminate the Giants and the Rockies. Now, with regard to the Dodgers and Braves is concerned, this is exactly what it means. It means in the 7th inning and in the 8th inning, you got to start doing what you have to do. I mean, Max Muncy is better than this. He's pressing at the plate. No need to take that called third strike. That should have been, earlier on in the game.
Right.
Do the things that you can. And I know exactly what the Dodgers can do because they can do it. Now, if they treat this tomorrow as if they were a playoff game, again, they're going to win this one, and they're going to get their 81st because, the Braves are just like the Dodgers right now.
I appreciate that phone call. Unfortunately, we're up against the break, my man, so we will step away. When we come back, we'll take more of your phone calls, 855-97-LA-FAN. We'll be right back.
Eighth. Stewart to DeBomb with an 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Betts ricochets to second. Just how they drew it up. 6-4-3 and out of it.
That was an insane play, a lucky double play for the Dodgers. Mookie mishandled the rock, but it was able to come off and go directly to Tommy Edman, who stepped on the bag, threw to first, a very unconventional 6-4-3, but it gets the job done. And again, it was a huge spot because if they don't convert on that double play, a run's coming across. Right? So, again, there was a little bit of luck involved, but that's okay. That's okay. 855-97-LA-FAN, 855-97-LA-FAN. We are going from the digital world to the real world. David, who is usually in the chat, and if you want to find it there at the Fan LA, now he's calling in real life now. David, what you got, brother? Let's talk Dodgers.
Man, James, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother.
You know what? This is really stressful. This is really annoying. Kyle Tucker is a full-on bum. Like, you know what? Just send him home. I don't care about that $60 million. All he does is pop the ball up. He doesn't know anything else to do. But you know what? Twice we had the bases loaded, and we couldn't get one run in.
Not one.
This is embarrassing. I don't know what the bullpen is doing. You know, these guys are lost. You know, this is really stressful, and it's not looking good for the Dodgers. I don't know what anybody else is going to say. You know, we're an October team.
Right.
I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to do anything else, if they could turn it on in October, man, we're almost getting there. Why can't they turn it on right now?
David, let me ask you this question. Where do you put more of the blame? Do you put more of it on middle relief or, you know, the relievers? Do you put more of it on the relievers or do you put more of it on clutch hitting?
Well, I think it was a couple of days ago where I mentioned, we have one game where our batters wake up and the pitchers are just dead asleep. And then we have another game where the pitchers are doing good and the batters don't wake up. I mean, you know, today it was great. We had some good hitting. But I think overall, I think it's going to come up to the bullpen. I mean, it looks like we have names that could pitch, but they get on the mound and they forget how to pitch. It's like, dude, what are we doing? Come on.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm just fed up with Tucker, man. It is what it is. You know what? I don't want to see that guy anymore. I could care less about this guy. And, you know, now we're talking about Diaz coming back. It's like, like you said, I don't want to hear it anymore. I was super pumped he was here, but what is he going to do? He ain't going to do anything again. He's going to come and pitch a couple of games, and he's going to be hurt again.
Nothing. David, man, I appreciate the phone call. Great phone call. And obviously I think that he, you know, exemplifies a lot of what Dodger fans are feeling straight away, man. Straight away. A lot of frustration out there, and rightfully so. Again, bases juiced. Kyle Tucker, a single probably drives in two. A double drives in all three, right? And like 0 for 5, Kyle Tucker today. He's had some clutch hitting over the past couple of weeks. I think that's fair to say. I don't know if he's been a quote-unquote bum. I think if you take a look from a season-long perspective, that's fair. It's harsh, but it's fair. But I will say, over the last couple of weeks, there's been a pulse. There's been a little bit of a heartbeat in Kyle Tucker. So I don't want to just completely bury the guy. But, yeah, man, listen, if you're frustrated with his performance, that's 100% fair. 100% fair, for sure. 0 for 5 today, and he had a couple of opportunities to really break it open, and he just didn't do it. Bottom line is the bully's been bad. Like I said, they have been so bad, and one of the 5 worst teams, one of the 5 worst in terms of shutting it down. Again, you take a look at on-base percentage. You take a look at left on-base percentage. And the Dodgers, since July 1st, 5th worst in Major League Baseball. I don't need to hit you with all the other stuff, but just because, again, like ERA is a great number. I love WHIP and all that. Like, okay, right. But at the end of the day, when rubber meets the road, and you need to get an out, are the Dodgers doing that? The answer is a resounding no. Absolutely not. And I think that's where it gets, again, pretty frustrating. They're one of the 5 worst teams in Major League Baseball in regards to left on base percentage. So when opposing batters have runners on, the Dodgers are the 5th worst team in terms of allowing runs to come home. I think, again, I feel like that encapsulates a lot. You know what I mean? To me. It's tough to see. Dodgers have been bad. 855-97 LA fan. Okay, so they have a 6-game winning streak against 2 of the worst teams in the majors. Again, I'm sitting here telling you, hey, listen, a lot of cracks in the armor, though. Yeah, they're getting the wins, and hey, man, that's good. Got to get them dubs. You can only play who's across from you. All them cliches? All them cliches? Okay, cool. But, bro, when you're talking about a playoff-style game against the Braves where you're on the road, you got to go get a W, and in both games they have an opportunity to clutch up and they don't clutch up. In game 1 yesterday, Shohei leadoff triple in the 9th. You got to get that run across. Not only was it not clutch, it's been awful. It's been absolutely awful. And then you're talking about clutching up. Tanner Scott can clutch up. Game 1, blew it. Takes the L. Tonight, blew it. Another L. 2 losses in a row for Tanner Scott. Tough to see. This is just a lot of scar tissue, too, because, again, it's funny how Dodger fans feel about Kyle Tucker this year. That's how they felt about Tanner Scott last year. I mean, there were wild conspiracy theories talking about, oh, Tanner Scott's a double agent. You can't convince me he's not a double agent. He's got them Padre ties. We got a double agent in the building and Tanner Scott. I mean, the online discourse surrounding Tanner Scott last year was wild. It was reckless. It was out of control. But this year, again, sub-3 ERA coming in, sub-1 whip. The numbers were good. A lot of strikeouts as well. The stuff looked good. And, man, here we are back-to-back in 2 clutch games. All right, where are the Dodgers right now? Again, when you take a look at the standings, the Dodgers had a dominant, I mean, they looked like they were absolutely just in cruise control for the number 2 seed. Because coming into the series, the Braves had been, man, they have been struggling. They had lost 7 of 10 coming into the series, and the Dodgers had won 6 in a row. And because of that, the Dodgers had built up a really nice 4-game lead over the Braves for the number 2 seed. As a matter of fact, they were within a game of the Milwaukee Brewers. But after all the action tonight, now the Brewers have a 2-game lead over the Dodgers. And the Dodgers' 4-game lead has been whittled in half. Now it's a 2-game lead. Tomorrow's game, you can't stress it enough. It's huge. Huge. If the Braves somehow, some way, find a way to sweep the mighty Dodgers, ooh, it's feeling tight, boys. It's feeling tight. It's feeling like your pants on Thanksgiving. Holding on for dear life, boy. You're holding on. That 4-game lead all of a sudden turned into 1 if the Braves can sweep. And I'll tell you what, this is, again, they say game of inches and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the crazy thing is the Dodgers had an opportunity to win both of these games. They had an opportunity to really just put the iron grip vice onto the Braves. I mean, essentially potentially turning a 4-game lead into a 6-game, maybe a 7-game lead. It's over. They've got the number 2 seed locked up. It's over. Division over, 2 seed over, and potentially. And again, keep in mind, if they had won, I know. But if they had won both of these games, they would be tied with Milwaukee for the 1 seed. That's crazy. That's how tight this is right now. That's how important these games are right now. And I can't help but think, hey, yo, the top 3 teams in the National League right now are what? It's the Brewers, it's the Dodgers, it's the Braves. And when the Dodgers played the Brewers, what happened? They got smacked around. They lost 3 of 4. They go on the road, they take on the Braves. What happened? Oh, boy. At best, they're going to go 2-1, potentially 0-3. When the Dodgers have played the best of the National League, it has not gone well. Shoot, guys, think about it. Against the Brewers and the Braves, they are now 1-5. Not 2-3. No. 1-5 across their last 6 games against the Brewers and Braves.
And I want to credit Ben Stevens on the morning show for this one because he just posted this on Twitter.
Okay, what did he say?
Dodgers are now 6 for 15 against teams above 500 since the All-Star break.
Are you kidding me? 6 and 15?
Yes.
That's horrendous.
I know.
That is horrendous. Was that the stat you were going to hit me with?
Oh, no, I was going to hit you with when we talked about it off air.
Yeah.
I was going to hit you with a Tanner Scott.
Oh, that's right. Okay, hit me.
Okay, we can save it, but yeah.
No, hit me.
By the way, King Tuck, Kyle Tucker. But also, I just put a poll out on YouTube on the stream.
Yes.
And who's been costing the Dodgers the most? We got King Tuck in there.
Yeah.
We got
Clearly.
Teo's fielding.
This is so bad.
And we have
It is so bad.
Tanner Scott's losses that he's been racking up. He's now 1-5 on the year. But
1-5, bro.
Or I also have Dave Roberts bullpen management. But, that one's probably going to lose. A lot of people are going with Kyle Tucker right now. Kyle Tucker, 3 for his last 20 at the plate.
Who's costing the Dodgers the most right now?
Yeah, that's the question.
Who is costing the Dodgers the most right now? Give me a call, 855-97-LA-FAN. 855-97-LA-FAN. Who is costing the Dodgers the most right now?
So Kyle Tucker, 3 for his last 20. Tanner Scott's ERA against the Braves.
Yeah.
In 22 games, it's 7.78.
Whoa!
That was coming into tonight.
Whoa!
For his career. 19.2 innings, 21 hits allowed, 17 earned runs. After tonight, Tanner Scott's ERA against the Braves is now 8.06.
Wow.
Think about that come playoff time in a series. You just simply can't have him out there.
I mean, it doesn't seem that way.
Not against the Braves.
Not against the Braves. Braves got this guy's number, man. That's a crazy stat, dude. That's a crazy stat. It's been that bad? Oh, my gosh. By the way, I'm looking this up now. The Braves have hit, career-wise, they've hit 6 home runs in just 22 games against Tanner Scott. That's wild. That is wild. How's that possible? Man, this is tough. For some reason, for whatever it is, they've got a little bit of Tanner Scott's number here, man. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys think, Los Angeles? 855-97-LA-FAN, 855-97-LA-FAN. Who's the most to blame? Kyle Tucker, Tanner Scott, Teo. Because I tell you what, you win as a team, you lose as a team. And all of those 3 guys contributed heavily to the loss tonight. And you could say heavily to the losses against the better teams in the National League. They're now 1-5 across their last 6 games against Milwaukee and Atlanta. I think if I had a vote, and I am going to vote, I gotta think it's Tanner Scott. It's close though. The poll's close. The poll is very close. I don't get it, man. How do you fix the Dodgers? How do you fix the Dodgers? What do you do? I mean, listen, they've thrown money at the bullpen and it ain't working. They wanted to get younger by adding Kyle Tucker. Golly, that definitely didn't work. I just think at this point, too, oh, by the way, in this game, Alec Thomas is a really great story. I'm rooting for him because he's got a really interesting story. He's been battling. But, dude, listen, man, again, Alec Thomas, 0 for 5 as well. 0 for 5, and he's never been known for his bat. He doesn't provide you with any power. Very little. Coming into today's game, in the 3 games with the Dodgers, because again, remember Andy Pages is out, he was 1 for 4, 1 for 3, and 1 for 3. It's fine. He's had an RBI in all 3 games. I think that, again, that's fine. If he can provide that lift defensively, great range, really good athlete. Defensively, Alec Thomas is that dude. That's great, man. We were hoping for a little bit at the dish, and he's provided a little bit at the dish, which is, again, to say he's hitting 300. He was hitting 300 coming in to tonight's game before he goes 0 for 5, man. Again, 3 for his last 10 coming in with 3 RBIs, 1 in each game. That's pretty good, especially considering where he's hitting in the lineup, man. We go back to the phone lines, 855-97-LA-FAN, 855-97-LA-FAN. I want to put a pin in this Alec Thomas conversation because at what point is somebody going to demand answers in regards to the Dodgers refusing to call up some of these farmhands? Again, it's supposed to be the number 1 or 2 best farm system in the majors. And for some reason, instead of bringing up these talented youngsters, they're like, hey, man, let's bring up Alec Thomas. No shade to Alec Thomas. He is not considered a high-level prospect. So I don't understand, man.
Alec doesn't sound like Josue. Does that name sound similar? Am I getting that confused?
I mean, listen, okay, how about Mike Sirota even? Highly regarded outfield prospect. They have a need at outfield, and instead they're like, you know what, let's call up Alec Thomas. Like, literally no one thought about Alec Thomas at all. No, not a single soul. And they had an opportunity to bring up some of these younger dudes, and they're not doing it. And nobody's asking Dave Roberts. No one is going to the Dodgers saying, bro, why do you keep talking to us about these prospects that you won't trade? You won't trade these prospects, but you won't play them either? What the hell? What's going on? Maybe I'm stupid, man. I don't know. I want to go to the phone lines. 855-97-LA-FAN. Double P, who do we got, man?
You know Hoser from the chat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. We got the brother on hold here.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Let's go to Hoser.
Let's go.
This guy does some serious, legitimate work working with, disabled folks. So I'm happy, man. I'm happy Hoser's calling in from the chat. Talk to me, Hoser. What do you want to talk about, bro?
Big James, man, I appreciate you having me on, brother. So, the thing I'm thinking about, and it ties into what you're saying, brother, it's attrition. We got to accept the fact it's an older team.
Yep.
It's attrition. They've played a lot of games, brother. So I really feel like they got to call up some of the youngsters, some of the people they have like in AAA. Take advantage of that, man. You have a great farm system. Take advantage of it so they can provide a spark. Because Lord knows, man, Kyle Tucker ain't doing nothing, bro. The guy's been a dud every single game I watch or I listen to, man.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is the game of baseball, right? So he goes up there in such high leverage situations and he doesn't come through. He's just there going through the motions, collecting a paycheck. So I think the Dodgers might have to bite the bullet. I know it's $60 million a year, man, but you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? And it's a difficult pill to swallow. But if he's not producing, and you got the farm system that you have, take advantage of it, man. You never know.
I agree with
think
that.
the way they're going right now, there's just attrition because of age, and they gotta try something different because if not, in the postseason they're gonna flame out. and there goes the three-peat.
There you go. Hoser calling in, man. We appreciate the phone call. He's a big-time Raiders fan. And again, was talking about, hey, man, the Dodgers are supposed to provide me some relief from the Raiders, bro. I hear that, Hoser. I appreciate the phone call. Great phone call there. 855-97-LA-FAN. Again, that's 855-97-LA-FAN if you want to talk Dodgers here tonight. I'm honestly just fed up with this whole conversation in regards to Kyle Tucker, in regards to the prospects, and I'm at the point now where I'm almost putting on like a tinfoil hat. Like, what's the real reason that no one is asking Dave or the Dodgers about Josue and Sirota? Like, what is the reason? Look, I'm not trying to sit here and tell you I am some kind of baseball expert. I've been watching it my whole life, obviously. But, like, and again, I'm not a prospects guy. Like, listen, I'm just not that dude. Like, I'm not over here watching AAA baseball. Sorry. I'm not out here watching the Tulsa Drillers, dog. Like, dude, I got 2 kids. I got a mortgage, bro. Like, I ain't got time to be watching Drillers baseball. Let's be real. I just don't get it. You know? So, again, somebody needs to fill me in. Maybe somebody does sit there and watch a lot of Drillers baseball. I don't know. But I do know this. Josue and Sirota, they're raking right now. And whether it is injuries, whether it is a mental break, I mean, golly, Edwin Diaz is on the 10-day DL with, again, he's taking a mental health break, dude. This is a mental health break for Edwin Diaz. I don't think there's anything physically wrong with him. Kyle Tucker, they might need to find a mystery injury for Kyle Tucker. They might need to give him the Pac-Man ghost injury. You know what I'm saying? They might need to just be like, hey, Tuck, your elbow's hurting, right? Wink, wink. Right? Hey, your hamstring's feeling a little tight, isn't it, Kyle? Huh? Wink, wink. Yeah, that calf is feeling a little wonky, I bet, huh? And that's the reason why you're not hitting, right? Wink, wink. It's that calf, bro. You got a little abdominal strain or something. You need to go on the 10-day. You know what I'm saying? It really is interesting to me, though, that they bring up Alek Thomas, who is, again, not considered a high-level, youngster. And he got called up, and he's played well. 3 of 10 in the 3 games prior leading up to this one with 3 RBIs in those 3 games. It's really good, obviously. He's been great. And defensively, we know he's the best, or excuse me, we know he's the real deal defensively. Great athlete is Alek Thomas. Provides a spark on the base paths as well. Okay, this is good. This is all good. All good. All good. But I am just so curious and by the way, I said I'm not a minor league baseball guy, and I'm not. The only reason I know about any of these Dodger minor leaguers is because, golly, everyone who does know something about minor league baseball keeps telling me that the Dodgers have one of the best farms in all of the majors and that they refuse to part with some of these guys for all-stars. They're not going to part with some of these guys for all-star level talent. They're not going to do it. What does that tell you? Okay, so you won't trade them, but you won't play them. Help me make this make sense. And then, oh, by the way, ain't nobody asking the Dodgers about this. Hey, dog, have y'all ever thought about bringing up DePaula? Why aren't we bringing up Sirota? There's no questions. I'm not a journalist now. I used to be. I've won 4 Emmys in my lifetime. I've won I've won an Edward R. Murrow. I've won an Associated Press Mark Twain Award. Like, I was at one point a journalist, but I'm not now. I'm just a dummy talking on the microphone, just yelling about the Dodgers. That's just my role right now. I'm not a journalist by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just curious, man. Like, I don't understand why this conversation is just not happening. Am I stupid? Like, I don't get it, man. The prospects are so good you won't trade them, but the prospects are not good enough to play? What? The math ain't mathin', bro. I don't get it, man. Maybe, hey, listen, Los Angeles. I'm just an idiot on the microphone, bro. If somebody knows better than me, please call in. 855-97-LA-FAN. Is there an aspect of this that I'm missing that I don't know about, man? Why won't people ask the question? Andy Pages is on the IL. Kyle Tucker is he's awful. We're almost in September. What are we waiting for? It's an older team. Guys can get days off. What are we waiting for? I don't get it. 855-97-LA-FAN. Give me a call. You're listening to the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. I am just unbelievably curious and frustrated, honestly. Dude, somebody needs to make it make sense for me, man. Why is nobody asking about the prospects? Why? Double P, am I stupid, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, there's literally no reporting on the prospects at all. Dave Roberts has never talked about it. It's just a given that they're not coming up. And meanwhile, they're calling up somebody named Alec Thomas, who's I think he's like a career 200 hitter. Like, I'm so confused. If you are going to call up a guy in Alec Thomas who is just straight up not a good player, or not a good hitter rather, why is there no conversation at all? This guy's a career 231 hitter. Career 360 slugging. Career. He's got 31 home runs in nearly 1,400 at-bats, bro. He provides you zero power. I'm so confused. What's the thought process here? And why is nobody talking about this? Am I just that stupid that, like, isn't this the most obvious situation when Andy Pages goes down with an injury? Isn't this the most obvious solution to your problems? You call up one of your top prospects and see if they can ball?
I've never been a fan of teams, honestly, in any sport, doing what I just like to call recycling, as far as the same players within the league. If they didn't work at this other team, go ahead and change destinations and see if it works out there. I've never been a fan of it. And I've also if you bring up Josue de Paula or even, who was the other one you said?
Mike Sirota.
Mike Sirota.
Yeah.
That if you bring up either one of those guys, you're giving them a chance. But, okay, you do have to give them the minimum. But last time I checked, I don't think money really is a big deal to the Dodgers.
You know?
So, I mean, a lot of teams don't do that for the money reason.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, the Dodgers are doing pretty well in that department with that local TV deal. So I just don't understand. And there's always the aspect of it, okay, it's August 26th. Whenever you bring up a player in the sport of baseball, they might have to, okay, maybe they start off really hot, but most guys have to get accustomed to Major League Baseball pitching, and the Dodgers are in just a right now scenario as far as trying to three-peat, October only being just a little bit away.
Right.
So when you look at that aspect kind of makes sense. But then once you bring in Alec Thomas to just kind of recycle, that's where
it falls apart.
Exactly.
And so for me, another common roadblock, if you will, when you're talking about bringing up a young player is you don't want to jerk these guys up and down the farm, right? Like, hey, if you bring him up, you got to bring him up for an extended period of time. Well, dude, Andy Pages is going to miss more than a month. This is the perfect time to call somebody up and see if they can play. I just, like I said, the fact that they just randomly brought up Alec Thomas and is just like, yeah, okay, cool, he's up now. And no one asked, wait, why did you bring up this guy, but you didn't bring up these prospects that you're saying are so good that you won't even entertain the thought of trading them? They're so good they can't be traded, but they're so bad they can't be played? Dog, somebody needs to help me make sense of this all. I just, like I said, man, I don't understand. One of the major storylines today, obviously, was the fact that Roki Sasaki, the notorious BAG, the big ass glove, he got injured. He suffered a blister on his throwing hand, and as a result, I believe Kristen Watson, I didn't see the report myself, but I believe Kristen Watson is reporting. Yeah, Double P's giving me the nod. Kristen Watson, a Dodgers reporter, is official team Dodgers reporter. I don't know if she's a reporter. Official team spokesperson, if you will, is giving us the update that Roki is going to go on the 10-day. So he's going on the 10-day. He spoke with reporters. He spoke with the media after the game. Let's take a listen.
Brooke, we saw that you exited the game in the fourth inning with a blister on your finger. When did this come up, and how long has a blister been bothering you?
4回で豆で降りたんですけれども、それどれぐらいできてどれぐらい影響があったんでしょうかと。
そうですね、予兆もなく急に、1人目のバッター投げてる時に、ちょっと皮膚が破けて、そこから、徐々に広がっていって、ちょっと最後は厳しいかなという感じになりました。
When I was facing the first hitter in the fourth inning, I actually didn't feel anything coming, beforehand. So my skin just ripped off, and then after that, it kind of getting worse.
Do you have any concerns that this might impact your next start, or do you think this is something you'll be able to manage and heal in between starts?
次の登板に影響しそうですか、それとも何かいけそうですかと。
そこはトレーナーと、あとはピッチングコーチとこれから話すことになるかなと思います。
I think I'm talking to trainer and the pitching coach about that.
To be clear, did you have anything on your finger kind of the week before or leading up to this start?
ちょっと確認なんですけど、その投げる前とか、その1週間前とかは全然指に問題はなかったですか？
なかったです。今日の試合中も問題なかったですし、本当に急に4回に一気にっていう感じです。
Yeah, I didn't have any issue at all. I mean, just the fourth inning, it just happened.
Have you ever experienced just either dealing with blisters, pitching through blisters, or anything like that?
こういう豆があった状況で今まで投げたりとか経験というのはありますか？
日本の時に何回か経験はしてるんですけど、その時はある程度予兆があってなんですけど、今回みたいに急に来るのはちょっと初めてだったです。
Yeah, when I was in Japan, I felt similar things a couple of times, but at the time I actually felt something coming beforehand. But this time it's kind of different case.
Okay, which finger is it?
どちらの？
中指ですね。
It's a middle finger.
How did it impact your pitching, your grip and feel for pitches that last inning in particular?
その4回の前ができた後にちょっとその影響がありましたかと、グリップだったりとか、自分の投球に影響が出たりしましたか？
多少はあったと思いますけど、最初の方はとにかく皮膚をかぶせた状態で投げてやってたんですけど、その破れた方向的にちょっとスライダーとかがちょっと厳しいかなっていう感覚はありました。
Thought I was able to manage at first because skin was still there, but after that's getting kind of worse, and then I think I've affected my slider.
All right, so that was Roki Sasaki speaking with the media post-game. And again, Kristen Watson reporting that Roki is going to go on the 10-day here. So I am just blown away by this loss, mostly because, again, all of the things that have been ailing the Dodgers were hyper-focused over these last couple of games, where it is almost unbelievable to think that the Dodgers have the worst back of the bullpen in the majors. And I think they do. Between Tanner Scott right now, and I'm not saying on the season. Obviously, on the season it's been okay. It's not been great, but it's been okay. But you think about how much money the Dodgers have invested into the back of the bullpen, into the 8th and 9th inning now. And I would make the argument that right now, at this moment in time, I think that the Dodgers have the worst 8-9 in all of baseball. Who are you going to throw out? What other team are you going to even throw out there and you say, again, listen, there might be worse closers, but I'm saying the combination of the 8th and 9th inning, setup guy and closer, I think right now in this moment in time, the Dodgers have the stone cold worst, 30 out of 30, stone cold worst setup man closer combination in all of baseball. And that is a wild thing to say, considering how much money they have poured into these spots. Tell me who's worse. Bro, Timmy Trumpets is he's been the worst, obviously the worst closer in all of baseball. And now Tanner Scott, he's fumbling it too. It's crazy. Back-to-back losses. He's now 1-5 on the season. You add in a few of the blown saves, and we're back to 2024, Tanner Scott. We're approaching double-digit blown save loss combination with Tanner Scott. That's insane. He's got 5 losses, and I believe he has 3 blown saves. I'll have to double-check my stats here. But again, we're approaching double-digit blown save loss combination for Tanner Scott. That's crazy. At this moment in time, as we sit here in late August, it's the worst setup closer combination in all of baseball. You cannot convince me otherwise. All right, we step away. More Dodgers reaction. You'll hear from the aforementioned Tanner Scott coming up after the break. You're listening to the James Coe Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports.
Dodger baseball.
What is cracking, Los Angeles? James Coe here with you. Tough loss for the Dodgers. And again, let me at least set the stage here. It's back-to-back nights where the Dodgers could have won, but they didn't. It's back-to-back nights where it's a hyper-competitive game. It has a playoff feel, and the Dodgers and the Braves are battling right now for the 2 spot. Coming in, the Dodgers had won 6 in a row. Coming in, the Braves had lost 7 of 10. They were 2 teams going in opposite directions. As a result, the Dodgers were in the driver's seat for the 2 spot, and a couple of wins against the Braves basically would have put it away, essentially. Instead, they have now lost 2 in very dramatic fashion. Tonight, a walk-off against the Braves. Ha-Sung Kim. Korea, stand up. My boy hits a walk-off for the Braves, and they rip his jersey off, man. I mean, it's party time. I don't know if they got Koreatown in Atlanta, but if they do, it's popping. I don't know if they got a K-Town in Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta a couple times, too. Actually, a bunch. I've been to Atlanta a bunch. But I actually don't know if they got a K-Town out there, man. I'm going to assume they don't, though. I'll tell you a funny story. One funny story, and we'll move on. But a funny story. I've been to Atlanta. I had a gig out there where I had to go out there every week for a couple months or whatever it was. I was calling games for an indoor football league out there. Shout out Fan Control Football. And I was having a blast. I was on there. It was me and Terrell Owens, actually, was the color guy. So I'm out there calling games. It was a lot of fun. T.O. was playing, too, by the way. He would play a game and then come into the booth. How about that? Dude, I got to sit down. I got to interview Steve Aoki, bro. Dude, I was like, what? Is this my life? This is great. It's cool. Anyways, regardless, I'm out there in Atlanta a lot. And I forgot where I was going to go with this story. Oh, one day we decided we were going to go play golf. Okay. And dude, it's like 100 degrees outside, 90% humidity, insane. And if you're in LA, you know this to be true. You cannot go to a golf course in LA without a bunch of my countrymen there, bro. Man, the Koreans, bro. The Koreans love the golf. I don't know why, but man, we love the golf. It's crazy. And dude, I'm playing not in the city proper. I'm playing in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's 90 degrees outside with 90% humidity. There's no one on the course, dude. No one. And the only idiots on the course are like me and like a bunch of these other California jamokes that we're just out there because, hey, man, we got nothing else to do. We're waiting for a flight tomorrow. We might as well go play some golf. All right, we're going to go play some golf. Dude, the group in front of us and the group behind us, Koreans. I'm like, in Stone Mountain, Georgia, bro? There's no one on the course. What? There is no one on the course except the Koreans, bro. I mean, I can't say nothing because I'm out there too like an idiot. You know what I mean? But listen, I don't golf like that though, dude. Like if I break 100, I'm happy, you know? I'm out there for the vibes. Like, give me a couple of day drinks and, you know, we're having a good time, dude, you know? That's it. I want a couple of margies in the morning. That's all, dude. Like, what? Like, you can't blame me, right? I'm not like that, but like, dude, I'm telling you, like, we're in Stone Mountain, Georgia, bro. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Great course, by the way, too. Great course. 90 degrees outside, 90% humidity, dude. It don't matter, dude. The Koreans are still out golfing, bro. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter where you go. Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Remote Idaho. You can be in just the most smallest place in Oregon. I promise you, there's a Korean on a golf course right now. It don't matter. It's crazy. I don't even know how. We don't have that many Koreans in the world, bro. I don't get it. And anyone who golfs in LA knows this story is 100% true. Anyways, I don't know how I went down that non sequitur. Anyways, let's get back to Dodger baseball here. Tough loss. And again, I don't want to say sky has fallen, all that, but I mean, certainly all the frustrations that Dodger fans have been feeling recently, they have coalesced into these two games, you know? These are two games that they absolutely could have won, but they didn't. These are two games where they could have gotten timely hitting, but they didn't. These are two games where the closer, Tanner Scott, could have shut the door down, but he didn't. These are all the problems that the Dodgers have been dealing with for the past 2 or 3 months, and they've all coalesced in back-to-back games, man. And if you're sensing that frustration from the fan base, again, this is why. Because these are problems that have faced the Dodgers for the better part of the entire season, and they've done nothing to address it. They've done nothing to fix it. Kyle Tucker 0 for 5. Kyle Tucker, bases loaded, could have cracked the game open. Nope, nothing. Tanner Scott, we thought, hey, bro, this guy's back. Sub-3 ERA, sub-1 whip. He's back, right? Nope, back-to-back losses. Here is Tanner Scott speaking with the media via Sportsnet LA.
Tanner, with that at bat with Ha-Seong Kim, when you have a pinch hitter, you're looking to get through him, obviously, to avoid the top of the order. Just what kind of were you trying to do in that at bat specifically?
Get him out. I think I threw too many fastballs, and especially down in, it's probably not good.
What was just kind of the plan when you talked to Mark, just approaching that at bat?
Trust your stuff, play to your strengths, and I just threw it down in his zone.
Did falling behind the count early there kind of force you to throw more fastballs, or do you still feel like you could have?
I don't even think about that. I thought the fastball was good and just yanked one down.
Look at just a game like this. I mean, you have been really good as of late. I know we could look at last night, tonight, but for you, how did you kind of put these aside and stick to what you've been doing and really being clutch in these high leverage situations for the team?
Just move on to the next day. Put this one behind me.
That is the energy is not good for Tanner Scott. Back-to-back losses now. He's got 5 losses on the season. And yeah, man, it has been tough. There is no question for Tanner Scott. And again, I just talk about all the scar tissue that has built up around Tanner Scott and the fan base, and for Tanner Scott himself. I mean, he has talked about how he has had to go through the ringer mentally to try to get himself back on track. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. We thought he was back on track. And now, against the Braves, back-to-back losses. He's got 19 saves on the season. He's got 12 holds on the season. I thought he had 3 blown saves. He's got 2. So he's got 2 blown saves and 5 losses. We're at, again, when we talk about we can't get to double digits. That you can't do. You just can't get to double digits when you combine blown saves and losses. Right? You can't do it. And we are approaching that again, somehow, some way. 10 blown saves for Tanner Scott last year. In addition to 4 losses. He was 1-4 last year. Now he's 1-5. Good night. Crazy. 855-97 LA fan. Dude, I had talked about how against the Milwaukee Brewers and the Braves, they're now 1-5. If you throw in Arizona, the Cubs, and the Boston Red Sox, 2-13. 2-13 over the last month against winning ball clubs.
That's terrible.
That's an insane stat. 2-13, y'all. This team's too good for that. Insane. All right, we step away. We'll be right back. You're listening to The James Koh Show. back, everybody. James Coe here with you, 855-97LA fan. A couple more folks. The chats are insane on the YouTube side right now. We got Harold Smith pointing out the fact that the Dodgers got walked off by a hitter batting .066. A guy hitting sub 100. I don't even know how to say that number. It's so low, like if you're hitting 314, you're hitting 314. Like you're hitting 231, you're hitting 231. I guess you're hitting 066. Okay, so I guess that's how you say it. I mean, it's so low. You rarely say that. Like a guy hitting 066. They got walked off by a dude hitting 066.
Well, I mean, don't discredit him. Now he's up to 078.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing, dude. First of all, you know what's crazy, though? This is what's so crazy. Like, how come Ha-Sung Kim was the pinch hitter, though? When you are out there and you're hitting 066, how do you get the call up to be the pinch hitter? There's really nobody else, dude. Like, Ha-Sung Kim's the only bat? Like, really? My dude's hitting 066, dude.
Ha-Sung, get in there.
Get it.
Coach, are you sure?
It's like, me? Like me? You want me to get in? Coach, I don't know if you know this. I'm hitting 066, dog. Like, my dude, Ha-Sung Kim's he had to have been the most shocked in the whole world, bro. Like, my guy's hitting 066, and the coach is like, hey, Ha-Sung, you're in there, kid.
Now, the reasoning behind that, I got it right here.
Okay.
It was that the catcher, Sean Murphy, who did end up having 3 hits tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
He was pinch ran for.
Right.
By Brewer Hicklin. And Brewer Hicklin was in the 9 spot, and he would have been the batter. Now, I don't know, I know baseball a little bit.
Hey, bro, I don't know if Brewer Hicklin has to be hitting better than 066, no?
Yes. Yes, he is. And in fact, okay, Brewer Hicklin only has 19 at-bats.
Yeah.
But he is hitting 368.
Okay. So why are they subbing him out? Why are they subbing him out for Ha-Sung Kim who's hitting 066, bro?
That one I cannot answer.
I don't get it. Does this Hicklin dude, does he have a home run at all?
He's homerless.
Okay. Well, so is Ha-Sung Kim, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you didn't have to tell me that one.
By the way, oh, dude, you'll love this, dude.
Okay.
Ha-Sung Kim has 0 doubles, 0 triples, 0 home runs on the year.
Singles guy.
That
sounds like Double P in college.
So all 6 of his hits coming in were singles.
Yes.
A slugging percentage of 078. I don't know if I've... And this is the guy. This is the guy that walked off the Dodgers, yo. Wait, hold on now. You're telling me Tanner Scott, with a sub-3 ERA and a sub-1 whip, was unable to get out a guy hitting 066 with no doubles, no triples, no homers on the season. That's the guy that Tanner Scott blew it to? What? What's going on here, dude? I am just shocked. By the way, I want to reiterate that stat, that win-loss record that I had talked about prior. The Dodgers are 2-13 against winning ball clubs over the last month. Atlanta, Milwaukee, Arizona, Chicago, Boston, 2-13. That's a 13% winning percentage, bro. That's for a team to be this good to have that win-loss record. They got swept by Boston. They got swept by Chicago. They won 2 of 3 against Arizona. Oh, no. Excuse me. Yeah. They won. They won. No. They lost 2 of 3. They lost 2 of 3 against Arizona. They went 1-3 against Milwaukee, and now they're 0-2 against Atlanta. And this one, and by the way, this is tough too, right? Because you can't necessarily say they played really bad. I truly, honestly believe this is just Atlanta playing well. But dude, the other, again, big time frustrating thing For LA right now, when you take a look at everything, it's like, who is taking the mound for Atlanta? You know what I mean?
You mean what, in this series or just in general right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now you take a look and it's like, dude, listen, they're throwing out all kinds of randos.
And well, tonight was AJ Smith-Shawver, who came off of the injured list and had a really rough welcoming back to the majors. His first time back, he gave up a couple against the Mets, and I mean, I think I could go scoreless against the Mets. I don't know. And then Smith-Shawver also threw against the Twins, gave up 4 runs there. But previous seasons, he's a young guy who the Braves are really high on. So when he's healthy, he actually might be their number 3 starter in the postseason come October, which sounds crazy, but he might be their number 3 guy.
I mean, I understand all of that. But at the end of the day, he was coming into tonight's ball game with an ERA over 7. Bryce Elder took the mound for Atlanta in game number 1, and this is somebody who had, again, like a 4 ERA, nothing impressive. Very average, like league average pitcher, Bryce Elder coming in. So it's not even as if Atlanta is throwing out all of their aces. I mean, Chris Sale takes the mound tomorrow. So this is red alert time. Chris Sale could go out there and just shut you down completely. Easily.
Yes.
It feels like an old school pitcher's duel. I believe Yoshi's taking the mound tomorrow for the Dodgers.
He is.
So you got Yoshi taking on Chris Sale. It feels like this could be a very low-scoring affair. I don't know. We'll see.
The last time Chris Sale pitched, too, he was facing Jacob Mizorowski. The Miz. So facing the Miz, and then he's going to face Yoshi.
Good Lord.
Back-to-back ridiculous matchups for Chris Sale.
That's crazy. But Chris Sale's great, man. Great. I mean, he's just, again, front line, just full-barrel ace.
Every year.
Every single year.
It's the only thing holding him back is injuries.
Yeah.
But I did get his autographed baseball a couple years back.
Oh, did you?
I did. Yeah, I had to.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Saw it in Cooperstown.
There you go. I like it. But yeah, again, the Dodgers are 2-13 against winning ball clubs over the last month. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I mean, shoot, even if they were 500, you would say that's not good, you know? You want them to have an over 500 record against winning ball clubs. No, they're 2-13. This team is in the woods right now. They're lost. They have nothing in the back of the bullpen. Nothing. Middle relief is still really shaky. This is the funny thing. In a normal year, people would be very nervy talking about Alex Vesia. No one's talking about Alex Vesia. No one. Because the setup guy and the closer for the Dodgers are currently, right now, at this moment in time, the worst in baseball. That combination of Tanner Scott and Edwin Diaz, whoever you want to throw in the 8 and whoever you want to throw in the 9, it's the worst combination in all of baseball right now. Right now. That's crazy. And meanwhile, like I said, there have been there's been a lot of miscues and a lot of misfires in the middle relief. If you've just joined the program, let me throw this stat out for you. High-level advanced stat. This is from Fangraphs. But the Dodgers, if you just isolate for relievers, since July 1st, they're bottom 5 in left-on base percentage. And I know that sounds advanced, but it's really simple. The thought process being, if relievers are coming on with runners on, guess what? They're one of the 5 worst teams in the majors in terms of allowing those runs to come in. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. Think about how much money they have spent on the back end of the bullpen between Tanner Scott and Edwin Diaz. And man, not only are you not getting league average, you're getting the worst. It's the worst closer in baseball in aggregate. It's the 8th, 9th is just a roller coaster each and every night. It's insane. And then on top, by the way, it would be different too if the 6th and 7th were just rock solid. 6th and 7th is not very good either. Middle relief has been atrocious. Back of the bullpen is, at this moment in time, the worst in baseball. And yet, the Dodgers could have still won both of these games. If we're trying to find some silver lining, the Dodgers not playing well, and they still could have won these games. But they're not getting quite, they're getting some timely hitting, but they're not getting quite enough. And the main culprit is clearly Kyle Tucker. Again. Dude, again, if we are trying to pick out like good things for the Dodgers, the back end of the lineup is amazing. Tommy Tank Hyun-Soo Edman is balling. He's trying to lift the Dodgers single-handedly. He had a great game. He's had a great past couple of games. Oh, dude, Hunter Fiducia, man. Tip of the cap, bro. This is a borderline minor league player, and he is just balling out right now. Hunter Fiducia is just, he is locked in. Meanwhile, the fielding, listen, where are the Dodgers winning? Because from a fielding perspective, they're average to below average. Teoscar Hernandez is an absolute roller coaster in the outfield. He is not reading the ball off the bat well at all. He's all over the place, man. Overran a fly ball today. Ended up costing the Dodgers a couple of runs. You think about, again, in previous series where he thinks he's going to go with an overhand grab, has to basket catch a ball. There was another play where it takes just one of the worst angles you've ever seen on a fly ball, and the ball just went over his head. 2 hard steps coming towards the infield versus he needs to take a step out. That's how badly he misjudged that ball. He's just not seeing the ball off the bat very well at all right now. So the defense has been lacking, middle relief lacking, end of the bullpen lacking. Where are the home runs? Tommy Hyun-Soo Edman is giving you home runs? Okay, that's cool. Where's the power? Power has gone bye-bye. It's not good. Okay, 855-97-LA-FAN. Again, it's 855-97-LA-FAN. If you want to call in and be part of that conversation, let's make that happen. Like I said, shout out to a couple of new folks in the chat, Michael Negrete and Harold Smith. Big ups to you guys. And welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat. All right, let's listen to Dave Roberts via Sportsnet LA talking with the media postgame.
For the Braves, as well as for you guys, left a lot of runners on. How challenging is that when you are seeing quality at-bats, you're seeing some really good results, but unfortunately just still missing some of those key at-bats?
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job of getting guys on base, creating some traffic, and, whether it was situationally, hitting into a double play or, getting a hit, with guys in scoring position, we just didn't do it well enough tonight. And I think both teams were guilty of that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that we left a lot of guys out there and, we got a big double play, but we had opportunities.
When you look at just how this game started with Roki Sasaki, with that blister, do you have any concerns for him, or what do you expect just kind of what this week could look like, and could he potentially be making that next start?
Well, it was a pretty good blister. It just came out of nowhere, and so it's going to be an IL. I think that there's just no way we can avoid it given the severity of the blister. So it will give him some time, but we can cover it up actually to keep his arm moving, but it's going to be an IL.
What does that mean for the rotation and moving forward?
Obviously, it puts Lauer in play. I'm not sure what day he's going to start. So, yeah, but I think that, where we're at, we'll bring somebody tomorrow to fill his spot, and it'll be a relief pitcher.
Offense and situational at bats. I know you said they had felt better lately tonight and like the last couple nights. Have they kind of the quality of at bats been what you want to see, or has that kind of been lacking in some of those spots too?
Yeah, I mean, I think that some of the at bats were quality, and obviously, Muncy I thought put together a good at bat, and he finally gave into a changeup, 3-2, and some guys had some good at bats with runners in scoring position. We got some 2-out hits early, which was big. But yeah, I mean, again, creating traffic, getting guys on base is one part of the equation, and then you got to, finish the inning. And we still put up 5 runs, but yeah, there was a lot more, runners tonight.
Did you get a look at Teo's play in left field in the 4th inning, and how much did that kind of just flip the way that game was going?
I did look at it, and balls typically that go into the corner off a right-hander have a tendency, or a left-hander, actually it doesn't matter, balls will go back to the field. And he got in the corner and just overran it. And so, yeah, Edgardo came in, I thought did a nice job, would have given up 1 run, but ultimately it ended up being 2 runs. But it was good to see him come back and make a nice play over his head later on.
You mentioned just having to rely on your bullpen a lot within the last few months. So just given the situation with Roki now and what the situation that happened tonight, what did you kind of see from your bullpen, how they handled kind of what was thrown at them tonight?
I thought Evan was good. I thought Lauer came in, gave us 2 innings because we were short. I thought Henriquez did what he needed to do, and and Tanner right there just Hey Song got a fastball 3-2 and ended the game. But yeah, I mean, I thought the bullpen did a good job, and tomorrow with Yama going, we probably have a couple guys down, but that's about it. So we should be in good shape.
Is that like another 1-run game, having Teo's play, so that like several runners left in base kind of reflect how thin the margins have been for you guys the last couple of months?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not the base hit by Kim that ended the game, but it's not what cost us the game. There's a lot of plays that lead up to circumstances, whether it be defensively, offensively, that sort of come to pass when you don't execute. So, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of things that we got to keep getting better at.
Coming off this last homestand, were you kind of feeling like you guys were past some of that stuff, just with like the overall cleanliness of the play, and does it kind of add to the frustration right now when you lose back-to-back games like that?
This was a tough one. I thought we had a really good chance to win this game, and yeah, I mean, I think offensively, I still feel that the intent. Tommy's putting together a lot of good at bats. It was good to see Shohei show some life today. The bottom of the order has been fantastic. Those guys have. Fetty has been great for us in the 9-hole, but yeah, I just think that it's a tough loss. And then obviously you're staring down Chris Sale tomorrow to salvage a series, so it's certainly not a comfortable position. But we're going to go out there and try to salvage the series.
With Roki, just how he'd been pitching since the All-Star break, does that add to kind of the disappointment?
Yeah, I would say it's more disappointing with Roki because he has been so consistently good, and I don't think he's dealt with any blister issues, and so for it to kind of come out of nowhere was a surprise to all of us. And yeah, I mean, he was on a good run. So now, unfortunately, it's going to be, minimum 2 weeks.
Wow, minimum 2 weeks. I mean, I know he's going on the IL. I didn't realize it was that bad, though. You're talking about blisters, right? 2 weeks. Holy hell. Yeah, the notorious BAG, bro. The big-ass glove we're not going to see for 2 weeks? I don't know about that. I don't like that at all. Let's talk about some scores, some prominent scores from around the Major League Baseball. The Diamondbacks ended up winning, beating the Cubs 2-0. Look, the Dodgers have such a large lead in the NL West, it's almost irrelevant. What do they lead? They lead by, even after today, I think they lead by 9.5 games.
8.5 now.
8.5 now. Are you sure? Let me look at that. 8.5? Nah, it's still 9.5, dude.
What side are you on?
I'm on ESPN, bro.
Oh, boy.
Okay. 9.5 over Arizona. I'm going to go with that. And then the Cubs, that was important, though, because the Cubs were threatening, and they are now 4.5 back of L.A. Again, that could have been 3.5, man, closing that gap. But, again, an important score there. Diamondbacks win 2-0 against the Cubs. The Phillies won. The Phillies have been one of the hottest teams in baseball. One of the hottest teams in baseball. And they won this one going away 6-0 against the Mariners.
They had won like 8 straight, and then they were going to...
They won 9 straight.
9 straight, and they were going to Seattle.
Yeah.
But then they lost their first 2 in Seattle, trying to salvage the series, and they did today.
Yeah. So 10-2 over the last 12 games. It's pretty impressive. So Philadelphia has been streaking. And I've gone on record saying that Philadelphia is the team that scares me the most if I am a Dodgers fan. Whether you're talking about balanced scoring across the board, really balanced and very deep starting pitching, and dude, you talk about back at the bullpen, man. Duran is that dude. He's shutting the door, man. So Philadelphia has a very balanced team. If I am LA, it's the last team I want to see. But they go on to win this ball game. That's pretty important. The Padres also in the wild card mix. They beat the Pirates 3-0. So, again, some important scores. The Brewers won 8-1 over the Mets. These are some important games right now. Again, we are getting to the part in the schedule where you are box score watching. You know? 2 weeks ago, you didn't care. There's too many games left, man. Now? Oh, you're box score watching, brother.
And my Marlins beat the Red Sox today. They're 68-66. They're still hovering around 4 games back.
Bro, why are they your Marlins, bro?
Yeah, I've been rooting for them all year. I don't know why. And I kind of just...
What, you live in Miami? Like, what are you talking about?
Better yet, I've actually never been to Miami.
Oh, there it is.
But...
makes perfect sense.
Love the Marlins.
Love the Marlins.
They got a great staff. They're fun to watch. Yuri Perez is electric. These guys are fantastic. Sandy's having a good year.
Okay.
Let's go. Shout out Jacob Marcy, of course.
Okay.
Everyone likes him in center field.
All right, relax. Okay. Hey, let's step away. When we come back, it's more of the James Coe Show right here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports.
I'd love to see the Angels win.
Tanner Scott and Hassan Kim. Line drive is down. Thomas is coming home. The unlikeliest of heroes. Hassan Kim has his big moment.
That was the call from Braves Vision, I believe. Braves Vision, as a guy hitting .066 and Ha-Sung Kim comes up and delivers in the clutch against the nominal closer for the Dodgers in Tanner Scott.
Oh, come on!
Why? Why did it have to be Tanner Scott in that spot, dude?
No, why did it have to be Ha-Sung Kim?
I mean, it's the combination, right? Like, it's the combination that makes it even more, like, outrageous and stupid, you know? It's like, it's Ha-Sung Kim hitting .066 on the season, no doubles, no triples, no home runs, and for some reason I'm like surprised that the guy's hitting .066. Why are you pinch hitting this guy like that? I don't know. For some reason that doesn't make sense to me, but okay, it is what it is. And so that's what's happening. I'm like, okay, interesting. But it's also happening against Tanner Scott too. It's that combination of a guy hitting .066 against the guy who's supposed to be your closer. That's what makes it even more ugh. You know?
You cannot be serious!
It's amazing, man. It is amazing. I don't know what is happening. It's crazy. Dodgers right now obviously can't feel great. They came into this situation with a 6-game winning streak and now find themselves losers of 2 in a row in dramatic fashion as well. This one was a walk-off, and then, ninth inning heroics where you're thinking, okay, Ohtani, leadoff triple. All you got to do is push him across, and we're at the very least going to extras. Nope. Not going to happen. Man, I'm going to give you guys some stats, though, that will blow your mind because you don't think it's possible. You don't think this is possible. But with runners in scoring position, I know this is going to fly in the face of this narrative, but the Dodgers are actually third best in the major league with runners in scoring position, hitting .272. They have the second best OPS, 796 as a team, OPS with runners in scoring position. Number 1 in this stat would be Philadelphia. Again, scared of these guys, man. You're talking about Philadelphia with runners in scoring position taking on a bullpen that just loves to give up hits and runs when runners are on. That is a bad mix, man. That's a very, very bad mix. The Dodgers are 6th in terms of RBIs with runners in scoring position. So again, they're 3rd in home runs with runners in scoring position, man. Like, I don't know. Like, when you look at the numbers as an aggregate, it looks great. But why is it just seems, and the reason I'm saying it's shocking, it seems as if that is not the case, especially when the Dodgers are playing against good ball clubs this year. It just certainly doesn't seem like that. Like, you're talking about like one of the best offenses in baseball and one of the best offenses with runners in scoring position. But shoot, man, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem like that is actually the case, especially when the Dodgers are playing good teams. I don't know.
And you'd like to talk about the power outage, right?
Yeah.
And Freddie Freeman
has not hit a home run since July 4th.
42 games.
It's crazy.
That's a career high for him. I mean, I guess I don't have to say that.
Yeah.
But 42 games, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, the power outage is real right now.
And it's not like he's slumping either. He's still hitting over 300 within those 42 games.
I mean, that's the thing. That's what makes it crazy is that he's actually hitting well. But he's just not hitting home runs. He's not hitting for power. He's not. Dude, listen, even doubles are hard to come by for Freddie, right? They're all singles. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's just all singles right now. I don't know, man. It's really hard to feel confident about the Dodgers right now. And again, by the way, they are since hold on, let me look this up, dude. Since August 1st, the team, the Dodgers are 11th in regards to home runs. Total home runs, they're 11th. So overall, they're tied for 10th. So tied for 10th in terms of total home runs from a team perspective here since August 1st. But like I said, man, it certainly doesn't feel like that's what they're doing against winning ball clubs. And I think that's probably, and again, I don't have those stats in front of me, man. I'm sure there's a way to figure this one out. I'd probably have to go like Bill Reiter route. Dude, I don't think you guys know this. Like, Bill Reiter writes everything out, like on a spiral notebook, like an absolute psychopath. Well, I'm watching him work, and I'm like, dog, are you writing stuff down in a spiral notebook?
Well, it's in the name.
It's Bill Reiter. I get it. I get you.
It's not Bill Digital.
Yeah, it's Bill Reiter, boy. Like, what's going on? Why's my guy writing stuff down in a spiral notebook, dude? This is psycho behavior. I'm like, dude, you're not that old, bro. Like, what? This is straight up boomer stuff. Like, what you doing? You're not a boomer, dude. What's going on here? Listen, I'm a big stats and data guy. I'm a huge stats and data guy. I own and operate a football analytics website, for goodness sakes. Okay. Dude, I love stats. I love data, bro. I'm not out here writing it in a spiral notebook, dude. Have you heard of Google Sheets? Have you heard of Google Docs, Bill? You can just write stuff down in Google Docs. And by the way, you can also do Control F and find the data that you're looking for. I'm watching this dude write stuff down in a spiral notebook, dude. I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah, I guess you could sit down and see what the Dodgers are doing against winning ball clubs, but what's the point? At this point, it's just, I think everyone knows. I don't want to hit you over the head with all these stats. It just doesn't matter. Here's the bottom line. They're 2-13 against winning ball clubs over the past month. I don't need to give you no advanced stats. I don't need to give you no sabermetrics, bro. They're 2-13. They've got arguably the worst bullpen in the majors right now. It doesn't make sense.
I know that's not a very advanced stat.
No.
But I have advanced metrics or analysis within that advanced stat.
Okay.
And that is that's not good.
No, it's not good.
No. And come October, you will only be playing
good
those
teams. You're only going to be playing teams over 500. That's it. That's it. Hey, man, I got to look this up. Dude, I feel like there's going to be some sub 500 team that makes it in the AL, though. It's so bad.
Yeah.
The AL is they're wickedly bad right now. That's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Astros are in 6th place in the AL, and they have a sub 500 team. 66 and 67. Tied with the Rangers. That's nuts.
And, once the postseason starts, they're not going to be treated like they were in 6th place. They're going to be treated as a division winner, just like everybody else was.
That's nuts. AL West is a mess right now. A mess. It's crazy. A sub 500 team making the postseason, dude. Go figure. So, yeah, again, I don't know where all the home runs and all this offense is coming from. Again, I'm not trying to hit you over the head with all these stats, bro. But again, the Dodgers, when you look at it from 30,000 feet in the sky, the Dodgers, their offense is producing. What is not producing is middle relief. I don't care what you look at, whether it's the eyeball test, whether it's, stats, whether it's advanced stats, it don't matter. The bullpen has been atrocious. I would argue they have the worst closer setup situation in all of baseball right now. I mean, hey, listen, argue with your mom, bro. Like, I don't who's worse. Who is a worse closer setup combo than what the Dodgers have with Tanner Scott and Edwin Diaz? Who's worse? Right in this moment, no one.
I'll give you one. Just one.
Give it to me.
Because, it's relevant to the Dodgers. It's the Giants situation.
God.
Earlier today, I just want to throw this out there.
Okay.
They had Sam Bivens go ahead and give up 4 runs. And the Giants were ahead of this game big time.
Oh, beautiful.
They were up 9-3.
9-3.
Going
and they blew it?
Going to the 9th.
Wow.
Final score, a 7-run 9th inning from Cincinnati.
There it is. Perfect.
Your final score is 10-9 Reds.
Wow. Wow. That's insane. Yeah, look, like I said, statistically, I'm not sure. Because statistically, the Dodgers are still bottom 10, and no matter what metric you look at, bottom 10. But I would just say, again, beyond the statistics, it's like you cannot trust Tanner Scott or Edwin Diaz at this point in either the 8th or the 9th. I mean, that's what's nuts. Actually, you could trust Tanner Scott in the 8th. He's been great in the 8th. Great as a setup guy, but that means you got to throw Edwin Diaz out there in the 9th. You ain't doing that. You got no chance, bro. You ain't got no chance. Maybe all of this is for naught. Again, I don't want to say, hey, oh my God, the Dodgers are terrible. I'm not trying to say that. Maybe it's all for naught because once they get into the postseason, again, how much are we ever going to even see Edwin Diaz? How much are we ever going to see Tanner Scott? I'm going to say not very much. I think when you've got Justin Robleski and you've got Roki Sasaki there in the bullpen, the number of chances that these guys are actually going to get out there, I think it's pretty low. I would imagine. I think it's got to be pretty low. 855-97-LA-FAN. 855-97-LA-FAN. We have come a long way. We've talked about a lot of different things. Man, that's crazy. Show almost over, but if you'd like to call in and vent about the loss, back-to-back losses now for the LA Dodgers, both of them in dramatic fashion. I mean, that's the other thing, man. Like, if they lose like 7-2 or like, 5-1, you're like, okay, it's a loss and it's a long season and Dodgers are still great. It's so much more dramatic, the fact that they've lost both of these games in the 9th. It makes it feel 10 times worse, and I'm aware of that. So, again, if I am over-indexing, I apologize. But certainly, like from a vibes standpoint, it feels absolutely horrific. Where, again, and by the way, this is not vibes. 2-13 against winning ball clubs over the last month.
That's terrible.
That's not vibes. Those are real results. Okay, 855-97-LA-FAN. You're listening to The James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. got a lot of time here left right now. And before I get out of here, I did want to highlight some of the great work of my colleagues here at 97.1 The Fan. It is a segment we do every single night. Our guy Double P scours the entire lineup, and he comes up with the takes of the day.
It's time for Takes of the Day.
What do you think about Le GM?
I don't see it that way.
But I will say, that's how a lot of fans
The
do.
Dodgers need to shut him down from pitching for a month.
This is reckless behavior.
Lakers
should move on.
Oh, yeah. All right. Time for Takes of the Day. We start out in the morning with the morning show. Cody and Ben Stevens this morning. And this was Cody on what's going on in San Diego regarding the Bus family.
This is one hell of a way to do it, dude. It's one thing for the Bus family to cash out and go do something. It's another thing to cash out and take that money directly to San Diego. Oh, man, the betrayal is palpable.
I mean, the funny thing about it is that, again, I agree with what Cody was saying, right? Like, it's like, okay, wait, hold on. By the way, these Bus boys did grow up in San Diego, just FYI. Okay. So they bought a 5% stake in the Padres. But you can't help but think about, like, the dramatic irony of it all, you know, the drama behind it, right? Like, Mark Walter owns the Dodgers. He sold, or he bought a bunch of the Lakers, right? And then he sold it, flipped it, and now the Bus family is trying to get out of the remaining 18% of it, right? And Mark Walter, Dodgers, Lakers, okay, it's all LA, okay, and then now they're trying to oust Jeannie from the governorship. And what do? They go and turn around, they buy 5% in the Padres. It just feels very interconnected. And, man, it does feel like something out of a TV show, bro. I'm not going to lie.
And 5%, it's like, shoot him in the foot. Like, what are we doing there? All right, let's go to the NFL here, and we will talk a little bit about what Brock had to say today on Puka and Myles Garrett.
It's not a situation where if the Rams enter a game without Puka, all of a sudden they're not favorited. If they enter a game without Myles Garrett, they're not favorited. But you want to be the best version of your team. And once we get to that 10-day window, 10 days away from the game being played, that's when I'll actually start being concerned.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think it matters. I'm going to be honest. And I know Brock has way more experience than I do, but I think the data shows that it really honestly doesn't matter if these guys play in the preseason at all. And by the way, there's a lot of data out there that says if you don't play in the preseason, you end up being more healthy during the entire season as well. So I don't know, this whole idea of like getting your body to take these hits, there's no data to back that up. There's absolutely none. And by the way, the healthier you are, the better you play. The better you play, the more stats you put up. So again, there's actually a lot of counter data saying that if you don't play in the preseason at all, you end up having a much better regular season too. So I don't know, man. Like I said, if Myles doesn't play, I'm not worried. If he gives me no snaps in the preseason, it's all good. I'm down. I think maybe there's some concern that, okay, the swelling in his knee is so bad that's why he can't. Look, if it's injury related, we're talking about a player getting on in years. Yeah, of course you're going to be more worried about that. Puka, again, I'm not sure where we're at with Puka, bro. I'm less concerned about Puka. This definitely feels like more of like body preservation for Puka than it does for Myles, but I think that's obviously a big part of Myles' practice schedule here as well. I don't know. That would be my thought.
Less concerned on Puka's injury, more concerned on Puka's food decisions.
Yes.
And his eating habits.
Yes.
What we are definitely concerned about is the Dodgers right now, that's for sure. Losing back-to-back in Atlanta. But D-Mac, here he was as far as, there's the dog days of August for the players on the Dodgers, but how about for the manager?
It just kind of dawned on me right now. The same things that are impacting the team are impacting Dave Roberts, right? He's not out there swinging the bat. He's not out there taking pitches and playing the field or anything like that, but he's got to be tired too. I mean, this guy has been managing for years. He's been through all these battles. It's different when you're not a player, but it can wear on him too.
That's interesting. I mean, it's a mental grind. I think there's something to that. I love the fact that he brought this up because And D-Mac, obviously, about as smart as it comes when talking about baseball.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think there is something to that, man. Like high-leverage situations and being locked in and focused. Dude, there's only so much that you can do each and every single day. I mean, it's 162 games plus the postseason, back-to-back World Championships. It's just, my goodness gracious. I mean, and shoot, some of these are double games where, like, 18 innings, that's 2 games in 1.
Yeah.
You know? You talk about getting locked in. There has to be some mental fatigue. It's impossible. It is impossible for there not to be mental fatigue. There has to be. So, yeah, I think it's a great call. And I think it makes a lot of sense. So there you go. Those are your takes of the day. My colleagues here at 97.1 The Fan killing it.
Now, our colleagues need to start making some draft picks a little quicker.
Oh, dude, you know what, man? I love it. Let me pull this up, man. We've gotten some picks across the board, but not, to your point, not nearly enough. Dude.
No.
Not nearly enough. Okay, let's lay out your team, Pate. Peyton had the number 1 pick.
Number 1.
You go. Where you go?
Well, my number 1 pick was Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes.
All right. And
Good pick.
This morning, I wake up and I'm on the clock.
Yeah, baby.
I mean,
there you go.
Let me just say, there is not a better feeling than waking up and being on the clock.
There you go.
In your NFL slow draft. Obviously, if it was a fast one, I would have set an alarm.
Yeah, but it's a slow draft, so you've got 8 hours per pick. Just want to update the folks. It's a 12-team PPR league, 3 wide receivers, only 1 flex. Okay,
yes.
So this is your team. Jahmyr Gibbs, and then on the turnaround,
today.
Second, third, you go Nico Collins, Josh Jacobs.
While I was driving. So that
wow, that's dedication, bro.
Yeah, that one was big time.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that one was on Sunset Boulevard.
I'm not going to lie to you, that's a bad pick with Josh Jacobs, though.
You don't like it?
No, I hate
Why
it.
not?
No, not in the 3rd round, man.
Really?
No, top of the 3rd round, no. It's too early because there's a suspension risk, injury risk. He honestly, from like a film perspective, didn't look that good last year either. So
what running back would you have? Okay, well, actually, I don't really want you to answer this, but what running back would you have went with? Because there has not been a running back.
No, there hasn't.
That has been
not
picked.
a single one, which is why I'm telling you, I don't think it was good. I think that was too early for Josh. Josh Jacobs. If he goes at the end of the 3rd, okay, I think I'm with that. Early 3rd, there's too many good players, man. Like, again, you could have gone George Pickens. You could have gone Josh Allen. You could have gone. There's just a lot of great players that you could have gone with. I would have gone George Pickens. I would have gone Devontae Smith, Malik Neighbors. I think those are, and Josh Allen. Again, it's hard picking at the 1 spot, 1, 2, or 3. I think it's really hard picking at the turn.
Yeah.
So I would say I think that's fair. You got to just go get your guys. You're not thinking about value as much.
I just felt the running back turnaround. I just don't think was. I felt a pretty big drop off after Jacobs, and I just
I think there's something to that. Again, if I was you, if I'm dead set on running back, I probably would have gone Breece Hall right there.
Dang it! I was looking at him.
I probably would have gone Breece Hall right there. Okay, just so you know, Bill Reiter has a 2nd pick. Bijan Robinson, Kyron Williams, George Pickens. Me, I had the 3rd pick. Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Ginty, Ladd McConkey. I went early in the 3rd for Ladd. Okay, we got to get out of here. For my guy, Double P, it's your boy James Kell. We got to go, but remember, it's never too late to chase your dreams.